When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Okay, and that's when I said, sir, just because you're a donkey does not mean you're allowed to act like an ass.
Hell yeah, brother.
There we go. Hello, internet. Hello, YouTube for the first time in a while. Hello on that side of the internet. We're usually on Twitch, but we have a restream going this week, so we are able to stream on both Twitch and YouTube for the podcast. So that's cool for you people on YouTube side because now we can just have the VOD on the channel right after recording. And then I can just have the highlights go up individually as the clips from the show. So now we'll just have like the VODs on the YouTube channel. So that's at least convenient in that regard. So that's cool. But in terms of everything else, if you're tuning in on the YouTube side of things, hello. We have Restream Chat up, so it should show YouTube chatter and Twitch chatter. And then if we have to get the gun on the YouTube side, we'll just figure it out because I don't know how YouTube streaming works. I'm gonna have to reach out to Dillo and ask him how he streams on YouTube because there's like some weird things with YouTube where you can like set up the stream before you do it and like set up everything and then have it saved. So then when you go live, you can just activate it. I don't know how that works, so I need to ask him how that works.
Activate.
All right, but we got a good amount of stuff to talk about this week, so we can start getting going here. Let me know, you guys are ready?
Good. As ready as ever, man.
New Mark.
All right, cool. Give me 1 second here. Let me close. Let me minimize that. Let me make this big. Let me get my thing of tabs open here. And then let me cut the music for now.
There we go.
All right. Gonna start recording in 5, 4, 3, 2.
There we are.
Hey, what's up, people? This is David from ConMenRDW here, and welcome to the ConMentary podcast, the geeky and nerdy show for geeky, nerdy people. I'm your host, David RDW, and I'm here with my awesome crew of ConMen squad here. We're here with Mark, not Mark.
Hey guys, how you doing? You already know I'm the shit lord and the smartass.
Yes, and he is off cam today because he is working on he is doing some what's the word, self-care for his beautiful eyeballs. So we're gonna only hear his sultry tones today.
Brendan, just because I have cams off doesn't mean I can't see you being a shit, you fucker.
Oh, sorry, what was that? Oh, sorry, what? Anywho.
Speaking of loud and monkey, we have the monkey.
Hey, y'all. What's good? I missed you guys. It's been a long, fucky week, but I missed y'all.
We miss you too. We're glad you're here. We also miss you, King. Hello.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Man, it's good to be back here on the what do we call these? The chairs?
Interwebs. Whatever. I don't fucking know.
We have someone on YouTube. Hello.
Hello.
Government name.
Government. Hello, government name. Crying.
I can't believe it.
I saw the comment. I'm like, bot. Where? I was ready. I am armed and dangerous.
You are
again.
Yeah,
I got a three-peat with fucking Bucky's ult like last time we played together. That shit was fucking crazy.
Beautiful.
Interesting. Okay, we're gonna.
Also, I posted some fucking news for the cave.
Does it show my full government? Absolutely not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go on to YouTube and probably adjust your settings or just change your username on YouTube so that it's not like your full government, like it's not pulling from your Gmail, you know? So yeah, that's pretty much how that goes. But speaking of YouTube, we are now also streaming the show live on YouTube as well on the nights of recording, which are usually Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're either on YouTube or you're also following us on Twitch, either one, you will be in chat. We also have pretty much the chat relaying both sides because of Restream. So you will see both people or both sides of the internet talking through the live chat on the video feed. So definitely you guys can interact with each other that way. But yeah, just cool because we have a lot of people subscribed on YouTube specifically, over like 1,000 of y'all. So even if we can pull like 10 of y'all from the YouTube side and get you guys to either support us more on YouTube or if you want to go over to Twitch, either one, support is supported or appreciated either way. So yes. Also, if you're listening in post like usual, you can also hear the show on in post on Spotify and other podcast services where you can listen to your beautiful podcasts and things like that at your own VOD nature and time frames that are appropriate for you. Yes. But yeah, welcome to another
Or
show.
is supported or appreciated rather in this.
Yeah, support
in
is
this
appreciated
case.
for sure. Yeah. But yeah, how are you guys doing this week? Just a quick little check in.
Pretty okay. Mentioned before show, and I'll mention this a little bit. I'll mention some more a little bit later. I've been hard at work this past 2 weeks, like not like 9 to 5 wise, but content wise. Like I have a lot of shit that's coming out tomorrow, so I'll talk more about that later.
Yeah.
And also, I've been cooking because I now have a SoundCloud. So go ahead, look me up on SoundCloud. Same name as AG Back Tech. I got my first album there, and I'm still cooking. I have a few more songs to go that I am working on and getting put out there. So
yeah,
definitely appreciate you guys. Come in, listen to the music that's there. Feedback's always appreciated. I want to make sure I can make some cool shit, not only for me to use, but for the boys to use and for y'all to enjoy.
Yes, if you want some chill beats to listen to while you work and things like that, definitely go and give him a follow. He's just like he said, he literally just made it fresh this week. 4 followers. Let's see if we can get it to 10. Oh,
There we go.
That'll do. But yeah, most of the time when you hear us playing, most of the time when you hear us playing music on the stream nowadays, it is gonna just mostly be beats from Brendan's AG Backtracks. He has Express Line album, which he likes to call his first album. So that's cool. It's actually pretty decently. It has like freaking 8 tracks on it. So
yeah, it's like some chuckle fuck tried to fucking claim one of my favorite songs. I'm
you
like,
and
all
many
right,
other
bitch.
people at the same time. Yeah.
I'm like, all right, bitch. So
already somebody tried to claim your shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, let me frame one. I'm like, let me listen to this shit. Listen to it. Nothing remotely close. And I'm like, hey, I own the licenses to all this music I used here. So fuck off.
This
so
is
I'm just
all
waiting
from my head.
Exactly, from my head and from these programs I bought. So fuck you. So waiting for that to come back through. And then I just got, like I was telling the guys in the show, I have another track I'm working on, which I'm really happy for. So give me a follow on Blue Sky. I will be putting up little sneak previews, actually, of the track, like before it's released. And then, of course, I'll be making posts saying, hey, be sure to follow me on Blue Sky. Follow me and stream my music on SoundCloud, because I will be having stuff coming out on a pretty regular basis. But if you follow me on Blue Sky, you get to hear the sneak previews first before it drops.
This person sounds like a salty bitch. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, they are. I'm like, I know they are. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So,
and then, but yeah, definitely follow Brendan's page over on AG Back Tech on SoundCloud. Get some sultry beats going to your ears. Definitely. What else? Oh yeah, and also just to keep up with following all of us in general, always follow us on Blue Sky, the ConMenRDW page. We basically have all of our ats in there, but also we have it where we are following people that are basically friends of the show. So all of our ats are in there, but also like Conterez, who was our guest on the show a couple weeks ago, Pro Quesadilla, Rare Gangster, all the Rupees from Musty Rupees. Everybody is over there. And yes, we did skeet the show. We did skeet the show, right? I could have swore we.
I'm pretty sure we did. You should have skeeted. You should have skated.
No, yeah, we skeeted.
Oh god,
we scoted.
I just remembered something like cursed from a long time ago that's still in my core memory.
That's pretty good.
What?
Bang, 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 skeet, skeet, skeet.
Bang, bang, skeet,
skeet. Bang, bang, skeet, skeet. Bang, bang, skeet, skeet. You can tell we're from Chicago because that fucking shit.
Hey, hold on, back him up. 11 footwork one time.
Man, that shit is a bop though. I'm not gonna hold
God
you.
damn.
Why did I start singing out loud? Says chat.
Yeah.
Oh my
If I make a
god.
fucking full working track, I'm gonna fucking go crazy stupid with it.
The
Jeez.
funniest
It's
thing I saw,
It's just gonna be, and that's how it's gonna start.
I saw somebody trying the footwork and immediately ate it, and it was the funniest thing I saw.
As they should.
He got crossed up and just went face first against the
You
wood.
cross yourself up.
Still can see it. It was in our gym, and he just went down. It was the funniest thing.
Mm-hmm.
He went down. All you hear is the Marvel down.
Oh, that's all you hear. You basically hear, and they just die.
Not a conman juke.
Hey, look. You said we're having a comment juke jam?
That's what chat's saying.
When?
Conman
Where?
juke jam.
What?
Ah, yes. To dry hump on walls to music. Yes.
Yes.
It's gonna be our first. This is gonna be our first venue showing at Bucky's.
Not
Bucky's.
Not the
Meat on the board. Meat on the board. That's so fucking stupid.
Speaking of fucking stupid, let's get into the show here. Let's jump
Yes,
into our
so-
binge burst segment of the show. We're talking about things that we have been playing, watching, indulging in for the last couple days here in Mass. Yeah, I'm gonna go off here first. I want to talk about this anime that I've been watching. I've been told about this show for a while now. It's just been sitting in my backlog. It is now on
I've
season
been telling
2.
you for a while.
Yeah, I've been having
Get
a lot of people tell
on
me to
this
watch
show.
it. It's very good. It's called.
I will let you talk. I'm so sorry.
It is called Shangri-La Frontier, aka Peak. It's very good. So pretty much TLDR this show, there is this guy. He loves to play pretty much what some people would consider bad games. Games that are have glitches that can be exploited, games that are like inherently buggy, games that just are usually bargain bin type of games. He's like
David, call it what it is. Trash games.
Yeah, he likes playing trash games. He's the trash man. He takes the trash and he plays it.
Hey, he's the trash man. He plays shitty games and then starts eating garbage.
But yeah, this guy's name is what is his name? Sunsaku. I'm forgetting his
Sunraku.
Yeah, Sunraku. Yeah, that's his name. So he goes by Sunraku in every game he plays.
Oh, it's like Maru. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not that criminal. Don't bring him back.
Alante, I know you fucking know better.
Criminal scum.
Yeah, Sunraku he basically is pretty much known as like the trash game player. That's like his favorite niche genre of game. And then he plays them so much that when he finally gets recommended a game called Shangri-La Frontier by like the person in his local game store, they're like, this is like the hottest game right now. Also, he plays all his games in VR mostly. Like he has pretty much what is a full dive headset. It is not the sword art kind that basically steals your soul and puts you in the game, and if you die in the game, you die in real life. This is literally just a very good full dive headset where you lie in bed, put the headset on, and you're fully immersed in the game. So he always plays a whole bunch of games like that.
Immersion.
And then the person at the game store is like, yo, this is the hottest thing right now called Shangri-La Frontier. You got to check it out. He's like, I don't know, man. It seems AAA. I don't know. It seems like it's getting 10 out of 10s on Rotten Tomato. I don't know. It's over 7, bro. I don't know. So then he's like, just check it out. Just check it out. So chat, we'll talk about that another time. So what's it call it? So Sunraku jumps into Shangri-La Frontier, and because he's been playing shitty games for so long, he's really good at them. But because he's playing a game that works, he's like basically like off principle already cracked at it, because he's like, oh, I can move really well in this game. I feel like the game isn't shitty. So he's also a player where he skips. Schmovement. Yeah, he has schmovement. So also like the way he builds his characters, he's like, I'm gonna put so much time into this character creator. He literally just gets the most basic character build in terms of body, puts on some shorts and a bird mask, and that is his character. So his character doesn't have a bird head; he has a bird mask on, because that's just what he wanted to do.
I'm the biggest bird.
Bird up.
And then what else? His character build is luck-based luck-based speed brawler type.
I would say luck-based crit build.
Yeah, luck crit build. Yeah, so he pretty much is just hitting hard crits, dodging like crazy, moving around, high movement. And he's just really good at what he's
I'm gonna say
doing.
bird up.
Bird up.
That's just Sunraku, literally. But yeah, he's doing that. And then he just ends up getting into really wild scenarios in this game where he ends up skipping the intro town to the game. So it's usually like first CS, second something, and third year or whatever. He skips the first intro town, immediately goes into like the level 15 or 20 area, and he's like level 5 or some shit. And then he tanks the first initial mini boss of the game. And it's like the way this game takes place, it's so cinematic. The budget is so strong, like the animation is amazing.
Dude,
Like it's so hype, dude. Like you forget it's a video game. Like it
dude, the fucking particles, and like when you see him actually laying crits and shit, I'm just like,
yeah, it's sick, dude. It's so good. It's like it's up there with what's it call it? Like it's up there. It's up there with some of the best anime I've seen in a while. And it's just cool because it's like you forget that this isn't the world he lives in. It's just he spends so much time on his game. It's just he's just in this he's fully immersed in this video game. And then after he's done with his session, he just like wakes up in his bed and he just goes to school or hangs out with his family or whatever. Then it's like the next day he's just back in the game doing the grind and stuff like that. Also, Sunraku ends up uh, getting into a lot of main character-esque scenarios where this is an MMO. Like basically, it's a straight up MMO where there's thousands, millions of other players playing this game. He has a lot of other friends that he knows that plays it, but he ends up getting into a scenario where he fights this wolf guardian. There's like
like a gun.
seven major guardians of this world, and this wolf that he fights on one day that this is the first thing to kill him is this wolf called Lycagon, and it basically is a very unique encounter where it's like hardly any players have ever seen it, and also those who have seen it never live to tell the tale type beat. And then he gets really close to he does such a good job at fighting it that I guess Lycagon imprints this curse on him where he just has like it looks like scars, but it's basically a cursed mark. And
Okay,
pretty much
David, what ended up happening was that anybody that's bitten by Lycagon gets Lycagon's mark.
Okay.
And yeah, like he said,
I haven't seen anyone else in the show so far that has it though.
No. But I remember the explanation as well. I'm not trying to be that guy.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Oh no, you're good. You're good. But yeah, so now he has that mark of Lycagon on him, and did it like affect it? Didn't affect his stats at all, right? It's just something that's like he has to fight it again, basically.
Basically, it affects his stats where like anywhere that he has the mark, he can't get armor.
He can't put on other stuff, right?
He can't put on armor.
Yeah,
and it makes like weaker mobs that are weaker than him run away.
Right.
And but he does get bonus experience for it though.
Yeah. So that's kind of like pretty much like a plot device too, where it's like he's not fighting weaker stuff because he has to only fight big because it's gonna run away. So he has to fight big stuff anyway. And then he only has on the bird mask and his shorts, and he has his weapons because he can't equip anything else. So he's literally just a glass cannon luck crit build, and it's so sick the way that he just finesses this, and he just like min maxes the scenarios that he gets in. I just got past this one major fight where there was like a special mission where they had to fight this the samurai dude.
Oh yeah.
And it was literally
he's one of the legendary creatures.
Yeah, one of the legendary guardians or whatever. And it was like a 4-episode fight, and it was Sunraku and two of his other one of his friends, and then another person that he like plays a lot of games with. And they had all of these healing items. Basically, it's like this character was so strong, if it hits you once, you will die. So they had like 50 something like instant res items where it's like if you die you have 10 seconds to use it on the player that died or else they won't come back. So they had to like have a whole plan in place to like min max and like coordinate their work. And then it's like he had a mount that came in, they had to split up and like deal with the mount. Two people were dealing with the mount, Sonaraki was dealing with the guy, and it was so down to the wire. And like he was Perry Poppy, bro. He was like immediately just getting all of those crits, all of those parries, and I'm like, bro, this could not be me.
Man
Although
said-
it does get me excited for Elden Ring Night Rain, because I can definitely see this is exactly how that's gonna go. Because there's gonna be people that are just like going crazy with these bosses in like multiplayer. Like watching anime like this, where it's just niggas playing a video game, and it is so hype. The way that people are just so immersed in this world, like basically living a second life in this video game. Full dive, just hanging out. People have different like relationships with people in this game. People are like just in guilds. People are building parties with people. All this other stuff, and I'm like, man, is this what it's like to play Final Fantasy 14? Because I'm like, I honestly like watching this and then watching SAO GGO and like all this other stuff. I'm like, bro, I want a game that I can just get in, like make a second life in, and it makes me really want to play an MMO, dude.
And that's the thing I actually also like about Shangri-La Frontier as well, is that they also incorporate like their daily lives or some of the other games that Sunraku plays. And it's just like he feels like a fleshed out character. He's not like a one-track mind. Like
and it's like because it's not a game that they're trapped in, it is a video game. So like Mark said, he has friends that he's made in other games or he plays other games with, where they'll reference other stuff they've played before. Or like Sunraku at one episode, he just like stopped. He just was taking a break from Shangri-La Frontier to play something else, to train to fight the boss they fought in Shangri-La Frontier. But then he ended up meeting like a newbie inside of that other game he played, which is like a buggy mess fighting game. And then it's like everyone in that world knows him by name, and like Sunraku, and they were like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And like it was like he was going to a different bar on the other side of town, and he was just hanging out with other people. And then it's just like it was so cool to see. It's like it's such a cool environment and lifestyle of gaming that this game, like this anime incorporates. It's so legit, and like I said, it really makes me want to play an MMO or get invested in some type of game like that. But then it's the time sink. It's the time sink, dude. That's the only thing that has me hesitant to ever get into a game as deeply like this. But I'm really envious of people who have those communities where they just know each other by username only, and they're just in these worlds to this depth. It's so cool.
David, you say it's such a time sink, but then look at all the evergreen games that you have put time and sunken time into.
You're right.
It is possible for you to find a game and build that community, but when you're playing like evergreen games like Fortnite or that are just pure battle royale, and you're just sticking in the Discord, you're not really gonna build that community. Like we used, like real talk, like this. I'm showing my age here, but I remember back in the days where like I'd be fucking around on like Halo 3 on Infection and shit, just on the open party voice comms, just talking mad shit, but actually making friends and shit like that.
Yeah.
It definitely shows our age of how different gaming has become today.
I might check out Final Fantasy Online. I might do it.
Look.
I might do it this year.
Oh,
I might do
boy.
it this year.
He's going into the retirement home,
I
Mark.
might do it this year.
Damn, that's
Role playing
crazy.
fantasy, role playing simulator. Got you.
Yep.
The next time it's free to play for like a month, I'll dive in. I'll check it out.
I mean, it's free up until
It's anytime you make a new account.
Yeah, it's free up until it's free up until one of the expansions, like the Heavensward expansion or some shit. That's a lot of hours.
Okay, yeah, I'll check it out. I'll dive in. It seems chill.
That's free. That's free 99.
I'll make a second life in Final Fantasy. I'll check it out. I'll probably make content out of it. Goddamn. But yeah, Shangri-La Frontier, great ass anime. Fucking love it.
The BRENDON full dives in the BRENDON full dives in the fucking FF14.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Also, like it's at the point now in the show where, so with Shangri-La Frontier, there's like the regular story where you can progress, like doing side quests, playing as a player, right? But then there's like an overarching world story that involving those like 7 guardians and like if players defeat them, that helps move up the story. But they're so strong and so rare to encounter. No one's killed any of them yet until Sonaraku and his homies killed this one. But then the game announced to everyone online, these 3 niggas killed this thing. So now everyone knows that they did it. So
All
now
of
it's like,
China
how is
knows
this
you're
gonna?
here.
Yeah, it's like, how is all of China knows you're here? So it's
Oh,
like now it's
David,
like, how is this gonna work with like the relationships that they build? Because there's like, oh, I see your name, I know you killed this thing. Are they gonna put like, is this basically putting like a mark on their heads? Like, I'd like to see how this develops in the show
David,
now.
there is one important thing that we both failed to mention about this show, and I think that helps
Rabatuza?
make it. Not yes, that too, but like it helps make the show stand out.
Uh-huh.
Every character has like their own unique scenarios. Like if you're playing, like how you interact with NPCs and whatnot, and it's possible to gain unique scenarios based off of how you play and how you interact with other players and NPCs,
Yeah.
which is something that you don't see in a lot of animes that deal with games and whatnot, or you don't see a lot in games. Like because I love seeing stuff like that where it is a unique scenario for player specificity.
Where it's just like, the way I play the game is going to be way different from how you play it. We're all just not going down the same story beats all the time. That's like one thing that I'm also just like, that's what enamors me about MMOs. Because some person can be like, I just want to build this strong ass knight build, and I want to fight the strongest monsters in the game. This other person's like, I just want to fish. Adelante. I just want to fish and have a little boat site, like a little like townhouse, and like live my second life and just chill. I don't want to do anything else. I never leave this specific area in the game. I'm always over here. And it's
The
just
kids
like,
yearn for Sega bass fishing.
yeah.
Man,
That game is good.
But
The
yeah,
game is
man.
kind of peak.
Shangri-La Frontier, check it out. I'm watching it fully dubbed. I think basically second season's probably dubbed too, but I've been watching it dubbed. It's funny because Sonaraku is a character, like I said, he's always wearing the bird mask. So pretty much it seems like the person who's dubbing him is able to just say certain things where it's like, man, I bet that he's just ad-libbing. He's just winging it right now. Because all they need to do is just pretty much sync it up with his body language. And they're saying a lot of things that are like just gamer lingo, modern day gamer lingo. Like he Twitch spoke at one point, or he just said poggers, dude. And I was like, did he just fucking say poggers? I was like, what the fuck?
You didn't say poggers, the motherfucker.
But yeah, it's really good. Highly recommend it.
But the dub is what some of the shit he says in that mask is also what makes it so fucking funny.
Very funny, very good. But yeah, that's my binge. I'm still watching it. Definitely gonna probably, I'm looking forward to adding this to my list of animes watched this year. It's probably gonna be in my top for like animes I've watched in the whole year at this point. But yeah, definitely recommend it. And then let's see here. Speaking of anime, I wanna hear what Alante's been watching. He's been watching Ranma 1/2 on Netflix. The remake.
yeah. So I've been watching Rama 1/2, and man, this is good. So it's based off of the remake from the original Rama that came out in, if I'm not mistaken, in the 90s, early 90s.
Yeah, that was like a
80s.
90s show, yeah. 80s and late 80s, 90s, yeah.
Yeah, so basically you're following the story of Rama Saltame, who goes to the Tendo School of Anything Goes Martial Arts. This actually is just a very cute little, as you can basically say, like shonen's last slice of life. It's actually just really chill. So you're following this dude named Saltame, coming from China, going back over to Japan because he needs his grandfather and the owner of the Tendo Dojo. They need to fuse dojos together to keep it alive for the future. But the way they go about doing that is to basically marry the daughter of the Tendo Dojo, being Akane, and Saltame, who is the grandson of the grandfather from China. However, this whole thing kind of takes a spiral in the wrong direction when it's come to find out that Ranma has this incident where if he is splashed with cold water, he turns into a girl. So you're basically kind of going with the whole process of it's actually a nice little fighting anime. As well. It actually has if you really like kind of like OG Dragon Ball, like
Where it was
that's
just straight up
basic-
martial arts.
Yeah, if you like OG Dragon Ball, good combat, like just like and not to mention a show that doesn't take itself super duper seriously. It's just like it's just real chill. It's nice to see they gave this anime that came from the '90s, brought it into the modern day, and it doesn't seem like it's out of place. It looked like they just kind of gave the old anime
Yeah, I
a
like the
fresh
art
coat of
direction of
paint.
this show.
Really enjoyable, really cute. And another thing as well is, um, for a lot of people, it actually, even though it has like fan servicey moments, it's not like the fan service that you see in a lot of animes today, where it's not like it's always like jiggling boobs or it's an upskirt shot or something like that. It's like there's actually more moments at this where like I've actually laughed at certain fan service moments versus like like this is just a straight up
It's not an
like
ecchi anime.
yeah, no, it's definitely not an ecchi. It plays into the fact that Saltame has to deal with certain incidents and certain relationships, as both male Rama and female Rama. Some people that he has grudges with are still rearing their head over here. The first season is on Netflix. It's 12 episodes. They have confirmed there's going to be a new season coming out this year. That's also going to be coming over to Netflix. So the original series as well was I think 160 episodes.
Mhm.
So yeah, this is not gonna. We don't know if they're gonna go ahead and go through the full 160 episodes. It'd be nice if they did, but I'm not holding my breath if they don't. Honestly, just if you get the chance, do check it out. It doesn't take that much time. The opening is a banger. The art style is really cute. The story itself is also just fun, and it's not like a very big, heavy, overarching story to kind of go about following. So it's not like, okay, if you missed a previous episode, you're going to miss the overall plot of the entire anime. No, this like maybe 2, maybe 3 episodes that tie into each other at a time, but they're still not like crucial to the overarching plot of this show.
Yeah, I think this show was kind of like just like an afternoon anime type of thing where you could just watch it and just have it on.
No, no, Alante is what was the main character's name again?
Ranma
Saltame.
Saltame.
Satame, yeah. Is Satame the only character with like any kind of affliction in this show, or
So, actually, no. So he is not the only one with this affliction. As it currently stands, there's him and one other person, or him, his grandfather, and one other person who currently deals with this affliction. The thing is, like the way these afflictions happen is, while they was training, while him and his grandfather was training in China, he fell into this lake, which is supposed to be like a lake of cursed women. For the lake of cursed women, like a lady had fell into it, like I think they said 1,500 years ago, and that was the reason why he currently has. That's the reason why he currently has the ability to turn into a girl. His grandfather fell into the lake of a cursed panda, where a panda 1,500 years ago drowned in the lake. So anybody
Oh my
falls into
God.
So
there
he can
turns
turn
into a
it. So he's the panda.
His grandfather's a
I
panda.
thought they just
yes.
had a panda. I was like, where the fuck's this panda?
For the,
nigga?
for the
That's
longest time, I
wild.
did too. But yeah, no, his grandfather's a panda, and there's somebody else who fell into the lake of boars, and it speaks for itself.
Oh, gotcha. People just
So
falling in water.
people need to stop drowning in these fucking lakes, dog.
Motherfucker can't swim.
But it's honestly it's really nice, really cute.
Wait. I got a question now. Does that mean Chinese Spider-Man was just a man that fell into a
To a
lake?
Yes.
lake
Yep.
that a
He
spider
fell into a
died in.
spider bath.
He fell into a lake
Yeah.
that a spider
Ah.
drowned in 1,500 years ago. That's exactly
A
what happened.
singular
And it
spider
went,
drowned in this lake.
But like I said, if you do get the chance to check it out, I was able to I started watching this. I could have really knocked it out the whole thing in a day. I just forced myself to kind of space it out. I only watched like 3 episodes at a time. But it took me less than a week to go through this entire thing. And not to mention there is romance in it. There is a bunch of goofy love triangles that's happening. And again, it really they straight up just took a 90s anime and just gave it a fresh coat of paint, which isn't a problem. But
Honestly, looking at it, like just at a glance, when I saw the trailers for this when it was first announced, they faithfully recreated this. It's like you said, it's take the 90s art style, but then jump cut it to modern day with like modern techniques, colors, shading, and all that, and it looks like perfect
It
recreation.
was this show, and then the other one where it was like the guy that was in a it was a rom-com where the dude and the demon girl, right?
Oh, that one, yeah.
That one's
Senshi
harder to
Mamuyo.
watch though. That's not like anywhere regular. It's like I gotta
it's
look
kinda
that
rare.
up. I gotta look it up and find it. It's
It's something Muyo. Tenshi Muyo, I think it's
No,
called.
that's Tenchi Muyo.
It's not.
It's
Tenshi
another
Muyo,
one.
It's something else. But
It's because it's a
I
demon
forgot
girl in like a tiger striped One Piece.
yeah.
Like I forgot.
I think
what it was
if I
called.
honestly, with
I know.
my
I
luck,
know what you're
I
talking
feel
about.
like High Dive got the rights to it. To be honest, I don't know who has the rights to that show, but I need to watch it somewhere. I know it's
I'm about
subbed.
to say,
I don't know
'cause
if it's dubbed, but
No, I think that also easily that was also getting a remake or it got a remake.
it did
recently
also
as
get a
well.
remake
It got
around
a
the same
remake.
time that Ranma did. Yeah, but Ranma's on Netflix, luckily, so that's actually easy to watch. But the other one is somewhere else on the internet somewhere. But yeah, definitely want to watch this. It is in my list. This is one of those animes that's just been around. It's honestly, this is one of the essentials, I'd say. If you like rom-coms or just like slice of life anime, this is definitely an essential. One of the OGs. So it's cool
I'm so
culturally
mad.
relevant the whole time.
I just saw it on Twitter like last month or a month before, and like I've seen the art everywhere. Like I just do not remember.
It makes
the
a
name.
resurgent every so often.
It'll come up, and once it does, one of us will be likely watching it. Either David or Al. It's just off aesthetics alone and the plot wise alone. It's both of you guys' energy for sure.
Hold up, I'm looking at
one thing that I do like this whole I guess you can call it a trend, whatever you want to do, but either way, I like this trend that we have going on where a lot of older anime have been getting a fresh coat of paint. Between this, Spice and Wolf, there was another one that also one that you guys were just mentioning. There was another one that also just fairly
Okay,
recently
Spice and Wolf, man, that's one I haven't thought about in a while.
Yo,
But,
when
yeah,
am I
there's, like-
get? When am I getting my Outlaw Star remake?
Good question.
Who knows?
Urusei
It might be
Yatsura.
around the corner.
What's up?
Urusei Yatsura, that's what it's called. The one with the demon girl with the fucking
Yeah, like with the-
Yeah,
I'll put
you
it up
can
on
have to
screen.
DM me that title. I might
you
watch
go.
that.
Urusei
Yeah, no, I
Yatsura.
want to watch that one. Yeah, because I remember seeing the trailer for that on YouTube. But like one of the first things they did was like, oh yeah, they kissed each other. Like right in the first episode, I'm like, oh, okay, so we're not going to be around the bush. We're just walking straight
Yeah,
into this.
that show got a remake recently, and I really like the art direction. I like her design. I want to watch the show. But it's very weird wherever the fuck they put it. I don't know where it's at. It's on season 3. Okay, I gotta check. I gotta find it.
Look.
Okay, yeah.
As long as you have the name, I would not recommend going to the high seas and finding it if you can't afford it.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
I feel like High Dive got it.
Like
But
I said,
anywho,
you say he wouldn't.
But anywho,
let's see. Speaking of sailing the high seas, or you've been diving in trash, Mark. You've been playing Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League.
Yes, I have.
you've been playing. Speaking of Kusoge,
How's that been?
Honestly, you really want to know how I feel about this game?
Oh,
I know how you feel. I know how you feel.
It's actually not bad.
I'm gonna sue you.
I feel like the game. So here's the thing. Before you start going off, I always thought the game on its own, concept-wise and as a game, isn't awful. It's just they executed it poorly by trying to force it to be a live service game. That's the only thing that fucked it up, is it being live service.
Oh my god, you could not put it any more perfect, because I've been putting time into this game, and I literally just unlocked the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the DLC characters, you could unlock through hard work. You could grind it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it gives me, with how some of the story is set up and how you could just kind of replay a lot of things. It gives me the feel of Division and Borderlands put together.
Damn, that's a good combo.
Because everybody has their own unique traversal movement and their own skills and their own like little IKs, and then you have like a team ultimate. And holy shit, I was having fun.
Mm-hmm.
One of the key differences and one of the things that makes it unique and and different from most of the looter shooters nowadays is that your whole squad of 4, you could hot swap between them as well. Now, I went into this game thinking, oh, whatever character I picked, I'm just gonna have to stick with. So I went with Deadshot because gun, give me gun. It was either because I was either gonna do Deadshot or King Shark.
Boomerang Man looks cool.
Who's
to
a
me.
shark?
Captain Boomerang.
Thank you, Alante. I'm glad you did it. King Shark is a shark. But yes, so everybody has their own play style. Where like Deadshot, you could play him where you're just like flying around on a jetpack and sniping and shooting people. And every character actually has a limit on what guns they can use for like balance sake, on top of like you leveling up their stats, so that way you have builds and whatnot.
That's fair.
So for Deadshot, who I mainly played throughout a majority of the game, you can run snipers, assault rifles, and pistols. And so I kind of went the sniper assault rifle route for a bit, because like I like getting in and out, and his wrist cannons count for his melee attack, which is oddly interesting. The traversal in this game is very unique as well, and it seems very fitting. Like like I mentioned, for Deadshot, he has his jetpack. For Harley Quinn, she has a grappling hook that she can swing around, that she jacked from the Hall of Justice. Boomerang, what the traversal item he stole was a Speed Force gauntlet.
That's why he can run like that. Okay.
Yeah. And then as for King Shark, he's using his actual like Aquan magic that allows him to like leap and go across stuff. So for those of you who don't know, in the world of DC, a lot of people who live in like the seas and whatnot have some kind of like magic, water magic that they can channel through themselves or with actual water. So there you go on that. Yeah, I just unlocked Joker, and Joker basically could bounce around with like little explosions, and then use his umbrella to descend or just like full on glide across the map. And the game story is kind of interesting. It kind of holds itself. It doesn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a cinematic. Seemed like it was a great movie from what I was seeing with all the trailers and stuff.
Well, first off, I gotta ask, since the final update dropped, how much do you guys care about spoilers?
Don't give
This
a
game's
shit.
$3. Spoil it, bro.
This game is $3 too expensive.
I genuinely want to ask.
Oh, you're all good. Yeah.
My biggest gripe, story-wise, is that it takes away from what the title is, because at the end of the day, after you kill all the Brainiacs, it turns out all the Justice League members that you killed were clones.
Whoa!
Whereas Wonder Woman, who got killed by evil Superman, and Tim Drake, who was killed by evil Batman, they died thinking they were killed by their evil counterparts.
Whoa!
Mm-hmm.
Give us, if Mark, Alante, if you guys have read this, they need to give us, if they're gonna give us a Suicide Squad game, make it in the universe of Absolute Power, where shit gets sideways fast.
Yes.
It goes tits up immediately. I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. Fucking brain.
Yeah, with the bat brick that you like to call them.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's Absolute Batman. I'm talking Absolute Power. That's the whole story arc.
Oh, Absolute Power.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Absolute Batman in game form is so fucking funny.
I'm gonna be real. When it comes to like crafting and getting all the live service stuff, it's a bit overwhelming at times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
Live service.
but they give you a huge inventory space where it's just like, just break it down, you'll be fine. And one of the quality of life things that I'm glad that they do is that say like you're just going to be playing a character for a while and you pick up a bunch of loot and whatnot, but you didn't care to update your loadout or your other characters loadouts. The game will balance out those characters for you and give them like the best weapons for their class based off of like your playstyle and whatnot.
So is there just like a lot of loot and stuff that you're going around grabbing, or is it like, what's the base gameplay loop for this?
Go around, complete whatever objectives, shoot shit. There are movement challenges, and you basically go around and do that, level up your character to take on missions and whatnot.
Gotcha.
And then yeah.
Okay. Well, so as of right now, what would you personally give it out of 10?
7.5.
You say it's a 7? Okay. I don't think the game ever actually reviewed that awfully. I think it was
just a live service.
I think it was around like 6s and 7s. Yeah, the live service thing definitely killed it.
Because the game was like, okay, this game, like just off gameplay rip without us getting leaks about the live service. The game looked like a 7.5 out of 10, like a solid experience, something you could boot up with the boys. And then once we found out that it's live service, immediate fucking tank.
Yeah,
like that shit went down with the quickness. It was so fucking bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, like you can feel the differences between characters and whatnot.
Oh, with the quickness.
Yeah, it's a shame because Rocksteady has done a very good job with the open world, crazy ass combat scenario formula that they did with Arkham Knights, Arkham City, the Arkham games, the open world Arkham games.
Rocksteady worked on the VR game, I think, and that was really good.
And that was good. It's just like, all right. With that being said, it's just
I think Big Corpo just fucked them over with this one.
Big Corpo definitely fucked them over super hard with that one. And it's just like, hey, live service games are not as hot as you think they are, and it's going to kill the gaming industry. If this keeps up, we're gonna have another video game crash, which honestly we need for a myriad of different reasons.
Well, see, the thing I was telling Brendan about this. I really appreciate the fact that all the extra characters that I could play, I just have to earn and unlock. I don't have to pay for them. I don't have to pay for the extra missions or the extra story content or anything. I could just play it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like if they're like, if they just remove, if they're able to remove the live service element from that shit, that game would have been just, again, very solid. No complaints there.
Well, I guess going off what Mark's saying, the game is solid for $5. So,
but hey, holla for $5, I might actually pick it up.
If you have PlayStation Plus, it's free for you.
Oh, nice.
Lamau.
That's how you play
Lamau.
it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Right, Lamau. I'm not signing that up for that shit again.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
It's a solid game.
But yeah, good to know that we got someone on the inside checking that one out, and then going from yes.
I was just saying, hey, I'll play trash games and be a guinea pig. I will experience it and see if it is really as bad as people make it out to be.
Hell yeah, son of
Who's so gay?
All right, and then going from a game that everyone said was dog shit off rip to a game that everyone said was pretty good off rip. Brendan has been playing Neon White, and he actually rolled credits on it.
Yep, I just rolled credits. Game short. It's like 7 or 8 hours. Like heavy speed running game. So for those who aren't aware, Neon White is a first person, let's say, speed running kind of game where as you traverse with platforming and like some shooting mechanics, each weapon is in a form of a card, and the card has two functions. Your primary is, okay, if it's a pistol, you shoot with it. But if you have that pistol card and you burn it, you get a double jump. So, and there's a bunch of other crazy abilities that just kind of stack off of that to the point where in the last challenges, which Alante, the last mission, like, not not the boss. Like 2 missions before the boss, like it was a mission 11, I think, mission 10, mission 11. That shit was really well done because you chain together different shit. You're like, okay, double jump into air dash, into fucking air dash, into stomp, into this, into this, into this. It all chains very, very well. And what's also cool, which is something that I did not read a tutorial on because I was like, let me just blitz through this. I must have like skipped past too fast. You can switch the cards that are in your hand. So if you have a card that does a stomp, like a ground stomp, an air dash, a teleport, and what was the last one? And like a mine. I can shuffle between them and be like, okay, I want to do the mine first. It gives me my extra jump. I can do a rocket jump with the rocket launcher, and that secondary does a zip line. Like it does some crazy shit. Soundtrack goes hard. There's a lot of drum and bass, and that's my kind of music. The game is very pretty because it's very clean. The game does go hard on mute though, because that dialogue is kind of rough to get through. Like, got some great voice actors on there, but even then, it's just how the
cringing
script.
Through his jeans.
I was cringing through my jeans. Don't want to play. I don't want to try and I literally just press X on the fucking all the cutscenes in the game to skip through it. Now, what's cool is that with this game being a speedrunning game, it's super easy to kind of jump in and go. So once you beat the game, you can do basically a nonstop run. So no cutscenes, no bullshit. Just go, 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 go. And there are multiple different runs you can do. So I'm thinking about going back through another time to play through those modes. Because again, story aside, just the moment to moment was really satisfying, was really, really fun. And I can't recommend it enough. Definitely give it a shot. Like if you can get used to the dialogue, like I said, the dialogue is not terrible. The actors are good. I personally don't like how it was written, so I just burned through it.
It's manageable in my opinion.
Yeah, the gameplay does a very good job to help make up for it. I gave it a rating of I think about 7 out of 10. Like it is on my backlog, so that game is done, which is fantastic. And on to the next one. Definitely recommend it. It is available on Game Pass right now. So still, it's been on Game Pass for months. So it's available on Game Pass right now. So do check it out before they pull it from the store, if they decide to pull it from the store. And honestly, you're gonna have a great time. Like I said, the music's great. The game is very smooth. The gameplay is very fluid and easy to pick up. I played the entire game on controller. I could probably get better times on levels if I played on mouse and keyboard. But I will often I averaged a gold medal on every level just because I wanted to redo it and be like, okay, all right, again, and like I just get gold. Sometimes I get platinum, which is like, how the fuck did I do that? Yeah, you lock the fuck in, and it's just like, oh, I got a platinum? How? Like some of them are kind of gimmies, but the other ones is like, if you know the strat, if you know how to adjust on the fly, it's really good.
Dude, I remember when that game first came out. It was so fun because as soon as you beat a level, it goes into your friends list and is like, yo, your friend beat like 5 seconds faster than you.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it? And it's like, I'll do it again, goddammit.
What's funny is that for that game, for the first like maybe 4 chapters, which say maybe the first like 8 or 10 levels, no, first 12 or 16 levels, I had at least one person in my Xbox friends list have a decent time, and I was able to beat it. And then once I got to the latter half of the game, I did not see anybody there but me. I'm like, all right, they dropped this game like a rock.
Yeah.
Like, so I had to pick it back up.
Yeah,
I knew it was
I got
short.
it on the Switch when it first came out, and that's how I was playing it.
Yeah, I knew it was short, but I didn't think it was. I knew it was short. I wasn't expecting double-digit hours, but the fact that I clocked 8 hours, I'm like, okay, that's not bad. If I really want to, I might go through and try and do the like level rush mode, which was called, in one sitting, to see how fast I can do it. Because as I've gotten better, as I got in my rhythm, shit was super fucking fun. So gameplay alone, I can't recommend it alone.
Yeah,
it's super.
I do need to go back to it and roll base credits on it.
Recommend.
I do. One thing also with this game is how it had basically a sub game thing where it's kind of like not like, I wouldn't say like a dating sim, kind of, where it's like you can basically talk to characters and then you do levels. There's like things you can find where like little collectibles where you can then give these gifts to characters. Clearly, some are specifically for certain characters, and then it's like I guess you can build relationship levels with characters, and then you probably end up getting like certain scenes or something or interactions with them.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, because like there was like some stuff you can get. Like it was like when I beat the game, I got like I think there are multiple endings, and I got one ending, and the other one was locked. It's like, oh, I guess I did not pay attention. Like I was just kind of too locked in to just blitz through it. So I kind of do want to go over it again, but again,
Either that, or if you're
I
not
have a
into
lot of
that
game.
type of thing, you can just look it up.
Yeah, I'll probably just look it up. Either way, it's my this is another game that's in my backlog that I wanted to finish, and I am glad I did. So on to the next.
Very nice.
Yeah, very fun game. I personally liked it because I remember the reason I got it. Davey had gifted it to me, but the thing I really like about this as well is it basically tells you, hey, here is the path that we laid out for you, but this is not the path that you need to follow. If you can cut a corner, cut a corner. If you can, it basically kind of like it knows it set itself up in a way where it's like if you can basically like if you can cheat the level a little bit, do it.
You get a good amount of wiggle room. It's like case in point. There was one level where it was like, okay, I just have to throw a like I have like there was the mimics. Remember those chests latte where they explode in different directions? So like I had eyes on a mimic like poking off a ledge that I was gonna go to. I shot him, killed everybody in the room on that area, went through, grabbed the next card, and kept going. So I saved myself a step. And then once I perfected it and got my aim better more and more and more, I was able to save myself like seconds off each run. It was super cool.
Neon Violet had the internet in the chokehold for all of 1 month.
Neon Violet and Neon Pink had everybody in the chokehold for a while. I'm like, all right.
It's the crop hoodie, to be honest. It's the
crop hoodie.
It's the crop and the cleavage. Hell yeah, brother.
You can't show me that somebody told me just to behave.
That pasty
for real.
white skin. But anywho, yeah, good game. Definitely need to get back to it myself to knock that off on my personal backlog. Good game.
Recommend.
Just like how we're gonna recommend games on the calendar for this week. I don't know how we get to the couch dimension because Mark had to dip for personal reasons, but we're gonna still go there. Is it in the cave?
Don't worry, I got you. Don't worry. This is going to be the cave part 1.5 of the domain. Here we go. Find the right fucking buttons. Aha! You thought you could escape the cave? Let's start. But I'm gonna go ahead and take over Mark's segment here. He had the bow out, like I mentioned. Rest up, dude. I got the couch in the ethereal zone. Don't worry about it. Speaking of not worrying about it, we got some new shit to talk about, and let's go ahead and jump right in with Needy Girl Overdose.
I'm touching that one.
Go right. I'll go right ahead, King.
He's touching it.
So
he's touching it.
Yeah, Needy Girl Overdose. So actually, I remember playing this. Because like so basically, what it is you're playing this game. You're starting off as basically like this person whose name is Peachon. If you watch basically like anything like Master, that means like you're this person's like producer. So you're playing as this girl's manager. So she has two alter egos. So he has an alter ego and her regular self. There's Ame-chan and then there's K-Angel. And K-Angel is the one that you actually purposely like you're taking care of like her online stuff. You're being a mom for her child while she does different things, and she wants to get popular through streaming by basically like being this really kawaii like anime girl type of thing, and it's complete difference from who she is behind the scenes. She even has 2 Twitter accounts where where K-Angel's Twitter account is just popping, and then hers gets like maybe like 3 or 4 likes. But the thing is as well is that you're also doing things to make sure you're taking care of her, like with her mental health, as well as her attachment, her love, because she does end up falling in love with you. But there's a couple of different endings depending on how you play this, because you can get a lot of viewers, but in turn, exploit her by making her put on having to do like certain streams, like more revealing streams, or like, oh, like here's a lingerie stream, or like, oh, here's a hot tub stream. Other one where she actually are playing games and stuff. And these different things kind of messes with her mental health, where it will end up going up or down. You also end up having days and stuff. So it's like a straight up kind of like simulation management game. but it also does end up getting, in some cases, kind of dark, where she can love you, but she can love you a
Become
bit
yandere.
too much.
Uh-huh.
So it's actually really good. It's a little like it has its creepy moments, but not creepy in a point where it's like it's not DDLC. We have to worry about things being installed on your computer.
Ugh.
But it's like a psychological type thing. But it's actually really good. Recommended.
Yeah, no, it definitely looks really fascinating. Like I do dig the retro pixel art style that they're going with. So it's definitely a nice artistic flair on it.
You have like a retro type of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Y2K browser looking.
And the cool thing about this is that now is actually coming out. It's already been out on Steam, but it's also now available on PlayStation, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh hell yeah, nice, good shit.
So
this is the power of the PS5 Pro.
This game, it runs at a smooth, buttery 15 FPS, locked.
Yeah, but definitely recommend it. Fun game. But I want to take over that one because I've been eyeing this one.
Oh yeah, good information, definitely.
Oh no, for sure. Like I definitely appreciate that because like that is this is something that I didn't expect to come across and to be honestly so very fascinating. Speaking of fascinating, let's go ahead and run over to Jotun Slayer, Hordes of Hell. Definitely looks like a me and a Mark ass game for real. Looks like a Nordic inspired Diablo like game.
Diablo Vampire Survivor-esque.
I'd say Vampire Survivors more, which like that's really the trend that we're getting now. We're getting a lot of Vampire Survivors like games.
Hella enemies on screen.
Yep.
What is Vampire Survivor but top down Dynasty Warriors?
No, basically.
Bold take in it.
I mean, that's accurate. You're not incorrect.
Yeah.
But this game looks pretty cool. Fucking Nordic fantasy and Nordic inspirations are always cool as hell. So I'm really happy to see this game get its own take, like legit at a glance with like how dark the color palette is. It's almost Diablo like.
Mm-hmm.
Like it really is. But again, I'm really down for it. It is, let me see, should be available actually now. Let me double check the Steam page real quick. Ta-da! Available in early access as of now, and it is going for $10. So yeah, a Vampire Survivors like game, a screen pollution type game, usually goes for less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks. So I honestly say it's really cool, especially if you want to play more games like that. Going into that, another one is very similar is Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. Literally just a Vampire Survivor spinoff of Deep Rock Galactic. You know, dwarves, rocks, loot. Shit's cool. Shit's really fucking cool. Dwarfs. Coming up next, we have Super Arter. Let's go ahead and get this video loaded up. Looks like honestly, with the puzzle switch mechanic, giving Mario versus Donkey Kong
exactly what it is. Exactly to a T what the fuck this is, bro.
David ass game.
Dude, no. Like I'm just like, no, bro. This is literally this is as soon as I looked at it, I was like, this is just Mario versus. Even in the comments on the video, someone's like, finally, people are starting to get into the Mario versus Donkey Kong likes. It's blatantly Mario versus Donkey Kong, but it's worse because you can't backflip. You can't do handstands. You can't do all those other crazy movements that Mario could do. And also, it's not Mario. It's like, if you're gonna at least try to dive into this genre, at least be interesting about it. Also, this penguin sprite is just a fucking Mario penguin. We're just taking assets, okay? And then also this is the one that sent me, right?
Anti-David ass game.
That's literally the Mario Super. That's a Mario sprite. That's Mario. That's Mario, bro. And then the girl flying. That's Mario, bro. They literally just said, bro. They copied the homework.
They said
no one will ever know. No one will ever know.
Dude, I lost my mind when I saw the splash screen. I was like, I know that render. I know that render, bro. That's so disgusting.
That's anti-David ass game.
Anti-David ass game. Next.
I'm cackling. That's so fucking funny. But it is available now on Steam. There is a free demo available, David. So if you want to go ahead and
No.
shit on it even more,
No.
go right the fuck ahead. Speaking of going right ahead, we have Enter Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist. So if I can harbor a guess, a Metroidvania-like game with a nice soft anime aesthetic, really charming actually movement in the animation styles that's going for. So again, I'm really here for it. There's a lot of games like this that are out there, but this looks like this is going to take on an interesting, probably like a dark fantasy type vibe. But I am gelling with it for sure. And do we have a release date? Here we go. So it is available as of yesterday. Believe it or not, it is an early access. So actually, so it's out of early access as of yesterday, and then it will drop on between today and tomorrow for Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series, and PC Steam. So yeah, definitely get it. If you want to put another Metroid like in your repertoire and add that to your backlog of never-ending Metroidvanias, this might be the one for you. It is available, so definitely go ahead and give that a shot. Moving on, we have Nori Kago from fucking Toei,
which is very interesting.
Yeah, so looks like a first person. Oh, yep. First person fucking I'm calling what the fuck?
Environmental
Fatal
horror.
Frame ass game, environmental horror.
It has that filter
very
on
unsettling.
It,
Yes, and very unsettling storytelling where it deals with a lot of yokai and spiritual deities of the like, which again I'm really cool for because it does add a new take on it. So really cool to check that out. Let me see. It should be available now. Yep, it is in early access. Definitely, again, published from Toei. Interesting. Available now on early access for like $8. So not bad. If you want to shit yourself for $8, go right the ever-loving fuck ahead. Yep, it is a first-person action adventure game. It's either that or Taco Bell. Like I said, it's definitely giving Fatal Frame vibes. So yeah, no, it is a co-op survival horror game based on Japanese folklore, which honestly, again, please expand more on traditional folklore of whatever specific region you can set the game in, because it does look interesting, especially if it's co-op. I'm curious to see people shit themselves in real time, in tandem, on stream.
In tandem.
In tandem. Wow, we have a lot. Speaking of not shitting yourselves, we have this game in a language I cannot read. Disorder.
Korean.
It's just like, brr, I was like, Disorder looks a hyper-realistic character action game. Here we go, finally. Giving Stellar Blade in terms of character design.
Just in my face. Just damn, bro. Stellar Blade for real. Jesus.
Yeah, Stellar Blade Stellar Blade like game. Down to like the UI, like similar Soul, because Stellar Blade, for those who don't know, is the critically acclaimed game from the game makers of Goddess of Victory Nikke. This game also got nominated for a lot of awards. This game from another Korean dev studio is making their own take on a similar gameplay style like it. So yeah,
sexy woman with sword.
Sexy woman with sword, except lower budget.
Yes.
Except lower budget. No release date. Looks like this is just an early concept trailer, but it is coming to major platforms: PS5, Xbox Series, and Steam. No dates on that. Going on even further to something that's more going back to high fantasy with King Arthur Legends Rise. This was announced 2 years ago. Interesting. I guess the date should be out as of now. So looks like a action game loosely based on the story of the legendary king himself, King Arthur, and his Knights of the Round Table. King Arthur. I would love to have dates. Here we go. It is a free-to-play RPG. Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah,
smells like mobile.
LOL. Smells like mobile. Probably is. Probably is a PC portable mobile game. Yep, it is a PC portable mobile game.
Yep.
I'm like, I looked at the screenshots on Steam. I was like, oh. From Netmarble. There you go.
That'll do it.
That's all you need to know. But very interesting. You're building up your party and taking on mission after mission versus different demons and monsters alike. But yeah, definitely a free to play PC port of a mobile game. Going on for a little bit further, we have Party Animals. Why is this here?
It's coming
finally
out for
out?
PS5.
PS5 release.
Yeah, it was
Interesting.
officially out on
Because it was Xbox
Xbox.
exclusive for a little bit.
Yeah, straight up Game
So-
Pass fodder.
Yep. So yeah, honestly, Party Animals,
fun.
Gang Beasts are pure Game Pass / family game night fodder, but they're all cute and charming in their own way. I know there was a lot of hype drum up for this. Basically, just cause some chaos, throwing your friends in on or off the platform. Literally, if you played Gang Beasts, it's just this.
There's a lot of other stuff in it now
fuzzier.
too. Like they have kart racing in there now.
Yeah, I saw
There's,
that.
like,
I think it was
other
those
modes that aren't just
are-
Gang Beasts. Like,
there was a streamer that we rated where
hello, Alante, are you there? Is it just me? Hello? What the heck? We can rebuild. What? Hello? 1 second. Hold up. We can rebuild, chat. 1 second. We can rebuild. What in the... Is it my... No, my connection's fine. Back here, and then let me pause that. Okay. Anyway, so Party Animals. We're gonna just move on from that.
Yep.
Were you on Star Wars?
Star Wars. We're on Star Wars.
That's a whole different fight.
This is a PS2 looking ass game. looks like it is an Apple Arcade ass game that got ported over to major consoles, so PC, PS4, PC, Xbox, Steam, and it's also coming to Nintendo. This is brought to you by the same people who brought us Knights of the Old Republic, Asper Media, why the fuck do they have the license to publish and make Star Wars games after the colossal failure that was Knights of the Old Republic?
Kidding. This does look like it's straight out of PS2. Like,
yeah, this is one of those games where it's
PS1.
like the game that you loved from your childhood. Literally, we're just gonna put it on modern hardware and not do anything to it.
It looks like absolute dog.
This is a nostalgia pull for sure.
This is a mobile game, bro.
It's one of those things. It's one of those games you look back at like, man, this game looked a lot better when I was a kid.
I asked once the fucking rose-colored glasses come off, it's like, oh. But it is available now on most major platforms. Nintendo Switch port coming soon, going for a cool crisp $20, and it's also in the Star Wars prequel pack where you can get Star Wars Bounty Hunter, this game, Republic Commando, and Star Wars Racer for under $60. So, not bad, all things considered. If you want to catch up on some nostalgia. Oh boy, we got some more coming up. Let's slash our way through with Sword of the Necromancer Resurrection. Like, don't really know too much about this game. Like, it's not Crypt of the Necromancer. Looks like a
dungeon crawler. Yeah, third-person dungeon crawler, anime-looking ass.
Anime-inspired Zelda-like dungeon crawler.
We're scraping the barrel. We're in between gaming seasons right now. So there's a lot of this is the opportunity for a lot of weird indies to come out.
I mean, honestly, now's the time to come out because, of course, with all this other
shit, have until Monster Hunter Wilds hits.
Oh, you have a couple of weeks. Good luck.
Yeah, literally.
Sorry to kind of blitz through that, but let's go ahead and move on to Tokyo Extreme Racer. I think this is a game that I want to they showed off on a trailer. Genki. Oh man, they made some good ass racing games way back in the day. So I'm actually really hyped for the play this out. Looks like this is your typical street racer that takes place on the streets of Tokyo. So Tokyo Drift as much as you could possibly get.
This looks like the game that they had at HeroCon that was hooked up to that racing wheel.
Yeah, here we go. So this is a reboot of their classic Tokyo Racer series. Because I remember Genki specifically, just because I think I played a lot of their games as a kid. So honestly, I trust them with this. This is going to be very interesting. I thought they went out of business. I have not seen them since the fucking late 90s. Like, no, early 2000s. I haven't seen them in a long ass time.
You can't be here. You're dead.
You're dead. You're dead. But no, they had some, like I said, they had some really cool games. I think I played the Tokyo Racer games way back when, but glad to see this is coming out. No release date as of yet. I think it's still on. Let me go to the Steam page. I think it's still being in development. It is in early access. Okay, great. So early access is available as of now. It's definitely giving Midnight Club, actually. Midnight Club, OG Need for Speed. Like, this is a classic street racing game from way back when. And it's overwhelmingly positive on Steam right now. 1,500 reviews. Honestly, I'm adding that to my wish list. I might actually pick it up. Like, I legit might pick this up. Because, like, I know I wanted to check it out as well. Oh, shut the fuck up. All right, here we go. Give me just a second. This is going to be Tokyo.
But let's see here.
But we're almost done. Don't worry. I'm not derailing yet. Last game, we have Sin Duality Echo of Ada. Sounds like a JRPG-ass title.
Does look like the anime girl.
Oh, wrong. Mecha game. Mecha-ass game. Mecha amphetamines. Giving a little bit, gives a more colorful armored core with co-op.
Yeah,
so
actually.
Also reminiscent of Lost Planet and how their mechs work. Which is really
it co-op too? It looks co-op too.
It looks co-op as well. Let me go ahead to the store. Shabam.
It looks co-op.
All right, here we go. This game is online. Is an online co-op game. Goes for about $40 for the base game, and have a bunch of extra add-ons you can get. And it's an online extraction shooter.
Interesting.
It is an online extraction shooter with micro. As soon as I look at the page. With micro. Like, looks real pretty. However, I don't know. Up to 12-player online co-op and or competitive multiplayer. Again, looks real nice. Like, it's definitely making me feel with the mechs and now how the camera perspective is. Definitely kind of feels like Lost Planet 2 in some regards. But regardless, that kind of fucking sucks. But there's a little bit of something for everybody. And with that, that is going to be it. Your calendars have been marked. It is time to move on to the next subject. To the box seats.
To the cave.
To the cave. We're going from the cave to the cave. You cannot stop.
Yeah, overexcited there. But yeah, I guess that makes it my turn to go ahead and take over. So let me go ahead. All right, everybody, welcome to the King's Core, where I bring you the latest news in sports, esports, motorsports, and all sports. And this week I have some sports news for you. First things first, we're going to go about talking about is the fact that the NFL cannot make blue sky accounts. So this actually found out about this earlier today. Apparently, the New England Patriots tried to make a blue sky account, and NFL basically told them right out the gate, hey, this is not going to happen. That's not going to work. You need to take it down. So apparently reason being behind that is because they said that there are there's a certain outlets that the NFL is allowed to post on their social media.
Yeah, they have to
which
go through
being
back end stuff first.
Of which being Instagram. I think Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok are the four I know about. So like the other ones you see, like if you see r/NFL or r/NFL, r/NBA, or so forth like that, those are all fan ran. Those are not actually ran by any of the actual league. And the thing is, when it comes down to that, is they even have told them where if they do decide to if they try to upload to those, they actually end up getting taken down. And even with the Reddit accounts, they actually don't even allow people to link things to Twitter anymore, just because of the whole situation that happened with Elon. Happened with Elon recently. If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
Let's just say that was a very weird hello.
That was a greeting.
But yeah, so the New England Patriots tried to be one of the first pioneers to really reach out for the NFL and start their Blue Sky account over on Twitter. Start their own Blue Sky account, but was told by the NFL front office that, hey, take it down. That's not going to work, because apparently they have some type of like partnership as well with Twitter.
That's
I personally I don't like that, because the thing is, like, yeah, granted, in the grand scheme of it, Blue Sky is not as big as like Twitter, Instagram. They've seen people even comparing it to YouTube, which is like they're not even like the same. Like I don't even consider YouTube like a social media platform.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's one of those things where it's if there's
a mass media platform.
If there's like a deal or something involved that was cut, where it's like, yeah, we have like, what's it call it, like platform exclusivity for this brand, like the NFL, and any posts that come through it, then I could understand that. But it's just like, as a PR or community manager standpoint, where it's just like, bro, no one's on this dog shit app anymore. We got to move to Blue Sky. Here. And the NFL's like, we're locked here, bro. We can't move. And it's like,
we're locked.
I guess, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I personally feel like this was a giant situation where I think there's more of this going on behind the scenes, where it's like a big deal where let's just call it straight up what it is. It's just a big thing. I feel like it's Elon Musk being pissy about it.
Oh, of course. It's Elon. It's fucking Zuckerberg. Like, they're just being like, oh, well, we have these exclusive rights, so these teams can only come here, and not wanting to let people go to better, greener, or bluer pastures, if you will.
Yeah, because also reading on this as well, just so I can actually read this paragraph straight from this article right here. It says that the football teams are allowed to post on other platforms, including Edge, which the NFL has a content partnership with, that includes NFL Portal, that Edge CEO, Twitter CEO, Linda Yaccarino, I'm mispronouncing that, so do forgive me, revealed in October. The league also has a content deal with Reddit and heavily presence on Thread and Meta-owned platforms. But again, these Reddit-owned, like r/NBA, r/NHL, r/NFL, and so forth, those are fan-made. Those aren't actually ran by the...
There's community made.
Yeah, so they don't even allow people to connect things to Twitter. So that's not going to end up happening. I got a feeling that somewhere down the road, this may end up changing, because if not, this is
It's gonna have to happen.
It's gonna happen. Something's gonna have to.
I
Give.
mean,
Okay,
like the game, at least the video
best,
game companies moved over already.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the downside. Like that's something I was telling Gina about. Is that like while I like Blue Sky, it sucks that we like and at worst you still kind of got to hold on to Twitter for a little bit longer until all big shit starts coming over.
Mm-hmm.
So far, at least in the gaming industry, IGN's there, GameSpot's there, The Verge, like all that. Everything
space has moved over.
Everything is there. Now it's only up to the sports, and like you said, Al, with like the Reddit pages being fan ran, we probably got to leave it to the fans to be like, okay, here's a solid, comprehensive Blue Sky page where unfortunately it's going to end up, if anything, worst case is going to regurgitate Twitter posts from the official Twitters of X teams, probably linking news articles from places like ESPN or SportsCenter or shit like that.
I wouldn't be surprised if also just like the concept of whatever the algorithm is, and like also having like the blue check mark over there means you get your stuff passively pushed to more accounts in some way or something. Like it's just like
it is.
It's some type of like money algorithm thing, probably.
Yeah, it's always something money, something dollar sign.
Yeah, because I mean, the only reason I even go over to Twitter at this point is basically just so I can get some information about what's going on with sports. I don't get any of my information from there anymore, especially certain news is just it's just
very biased.
It's bias, and honestly, the whole website itself is just depressing. I go there and I immediately go to Blue Sky to like take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
No, for real, it's literally the palate cleanser.
Yeah, but we'll see where this goes in the future. Apparently, there has been no official word from the NFL about other reasons as to why that was getting taken away, why they're not allowing it, other than this content portal thing. But apparently, it's kind of like a thing of it may be open, it may not be, we don't know, but I guess only the future will tell. I got a feeling it's only a matter of time once Blue Sky continues, because apparently it's still been on the uptick.
It's still a nice swell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I got a feeling as it grows to more and more people, especially if Twitter starts losing more and more different folks, backers, and everything else, then I can kind of see them saying like, "Hey, you know what? We're open up to going over to Blue Sky and see where it goes from there." But we'll see down the road. Next up news I have for you is Jimmy Butler being suspended again. So
again,
yeah. So that's the big emphasis, being again. So Jimmy Butler was actually suspended for 7 games very recently due to due to what they were saying was inappropriate. What was the exact wording that they ended up saying? They said that he was suspended suspended for 2 games for continued pattern of disregard of team rules, insubordinate conduct, and detrimental to the team, including missing today's flight to Milwaukee. So he basically just said, like,
didn't even get on the plane, bro.
Basically, like, y'all going to Milwaukee? All right, cool. Y'all have fun.
Y'all get some fucking cheese curds.
But the thing is, this is actually right after he ended up getting off a 7-game suspension as well, because he just had to go with this whole suspension, this whole mess again. So basically, ever since Jimmy Butler was here in Chicago, he has been a bit of a, I'm going to call it, he's been a bit of a drama queen. Every time he leaves the team, he ends up leaving on some sort of negative term. When he was here in Chicago, he got very big-headed. He didn't like the fact that Chicago wasn't focused on making him the big, focused on making the front. Yeah, he was dropping a lot of points, but he wasn't a team player. He was just, this is all me. And basically, that's why Chicago said, you know what? Fine, we're getting rid of you. They sent him over to Milwaukee, over to Minnesota. And ever since then, it's just been on a downhill slope.
He was like, damn, we don't even want him. Shit.
Yeah, so things that's been going on from there. I actually have a list of things that he ended up doing. That actually rubbed a lot of different players wrong.
Not the rap sheet, bro.
Yes, so I'm gonna read this straight off here. Jimmy Butler was known for leaving previous NBA teams and not leaving NBA teams on great terms in Minnesota during 2017 to 2018. He teamed up with a bunch of G League players and beat the starters in the scrimmage while only scoring once. Now, mind you, G League players, so like when it comes down to the NBA, there's the NBA, which is like the big names, The ones
Yeah.
you know, like that's where Steph Curry is, Klay Thompson, LeBron James, Zach LaVine. These were all these names are coming from. Then you had the G League, which is like with the Windy City Bulls. That's where they are. So these are players who didn't quite make it into the NBA. They're still good enough to kind of be on the end, like being like in the NBA scope, but not good enough to be in the rotating 15 for the NBA. So when he was in Minnesota, he ended up playing with a bunch of G League members and beat the starters in a scrimmage match while only scoring once. And he told the GM, "You effing need me. You can't win without me." That was his word. He told the GM basically like, "Hey, to show how much you need me, I'm gonna play on the G League."
He's got his head up his ass.
Yeah, so he said like, you need me more than I need you. You need me. Did not.
Man says no. The sun looks like his head so far up his ass. God damn.
Yeah, so that did not rub them well. So eventually, he did end up getting sent down to. I think he got sent over to Philadelphia. He's just been bounced around because he's been to Philadelphia. He was in Chicago. He was in Minnesota. Now he's in Milwaukee. I mean, now he's in Miami. And apparently, he wants to get traded out of Miami, and he's not happy about being there. And he wants to get traded over to the Phoenix Suns, but the Phoenix Suns have not really put anything on the table to say, "Hey, we want him," just because his attitude is nasty. A lot of players just don't like.
He's losing his trade value by doing the wild shit he's
He
doing.
is.
Yeah.
There was actually somebody else who fairly recently, I forgot who it was. A player actually, a retired player. I forgot who it was. I think it was Chauncey. I want to say, I can't remember. But basically, a former NBA player actually came out and said, "Hey, I did the same thing. I've been down this road where I kind of been tied on my chest, feeling like I'm the best, thinking teams need me more than I need them. And trust me, it does not end well for your career." So he's basically saying like, "Hey, if you don't get your act together, doesn't matter how good you are, if you can't get it together behind the scenes, nobody's going to want you." Another big case in point, another player I remember this ended up happening to was Nate Robinson. Nate Robinson used to play in the NBA. Phenomenal player. The thing to do was like maybe like 5'11", 5'10", dunking on people is going close to 7 feet tall. And he was able to shoot a three. He was a great, phenomenal player. But the reason he kept getting moved around the NBA was due to the fact that people say behind the scenes in the locker room, players and front office couldn't stand him. Not due to his attitude, but due to his maturity. They said like he kept playing pranks, he kept joking with people, and it just got on their nerves to the point where they just could not do it anymore.
Wow, that's crazy.
He didn't get blacklisted out because he just aged out of the NBA, which you naturally do. But they said that was a thing that did end up hindering, which is why he could not stay with a particular team because he just could not. When it comes down to sports, there's more to it than just numbers and stats. If you're not meshing with the people behind the scenes, if you don't have good chemistry, if your whole team hates you, doesn't matter how good you're doing, they're gonna get rid of you before they get rid of everybody else. Because even if you want to look at it from a pure number standpoint, however millions dollars they're paying you versus the $1 million they're paying everybody else in grand total, your contract is not worth. You can dip out unless you're somebody who's phenomenal, like LeBron James, Antetokounmpo, Steph Curry. Like unless you're one of the big names, you're not worth as much as you think you are. You may be worth a couple $1 million, but you're not worth hundreds of millions of dollars. They will drop you if they need to. And excuse me, I'm stumbling over my words.
You're good,
right here, like this is the path that Jimmy Butler is getting ready to follow. Already getting suspended 7 games for basically being insubordinate. Getting suspended for 2 more games after being insubordinate again, and straight up not going with your team over to Miami because you say, "Oh well, I want to get traded over to Phoenix." Phoenix doesn't want you to trade that. Now the trade deadline is already coming up. Nobody's making a move to get you. And if you don't get your act together, not only is nobody gonna make a move to get you, you're not gonna get re-signed. I mean, you're putting up some decent points, but you're not putting up points where an entire organization is willing to just put you on a pedestal and bury everybody else. You're not worth that.
You just sheer arrogance at its finest.
Yeah. That actually leads over to the tweet out of Miami. He actually ended up putting out late yesterday, saying Miami Heat statement on Jimmy Butler. "We have suspended Jimmy Butler for 2 games for a continued pattern of disregarding the team rules, insubordinate conduct detrimental to the team, including missing today's team flight to Milwaukee." again, like here's the thing that also baffles me when it comes down to. I'm actually going to point this over to NBA players. I mean, this happens a little bit in the NFL, but this has been becoming a very big thing in the NBA, which is why, in my personal opinion, the NBA has for many, many years become so damn boring. So
Yeah.
since 2012, it has been down 50% in terms of viewership. It's a boring game because the players don't really care anymore. They don't have any motivation. Everybody wants to jump teams to a different team so that way they can go ahead and get their own little powerhouse. We have divas in the NBA.
They want to chase. They want to chase. They want to chase rings and chase clout this whole fucking time, and it's just like, yeah, sure, it's good to like want to win and strive for success, but still,
yeah. And I get the whole thing. Even when it comes down to not want to play, sometimes I get it. Where it's like, you know, oh, like I'm injured or I'm sick or something like that. Again, like that's a little bit of a gray area, but I get it if you're physically not in it for the game, but just straight up not suiting up because like, yeah, no, I don't feel like playing today. I'm sorry, not to sound like a dick, but motherfucker, you're getting paid millions of dollars. You don't get that opportunity to say, hey, I don't feel like playing today, but still get paid. No, I don't get the opportunity, and I don't make nowhere near as much as you do.
And with that SpongeBob, I don't really feel like it.
That's basically it. You don't really necessarily get you sign a contract to play these games. Again, get that you're injured. I can understand if you're mentally out of it because something happened in your life. Again, I'm not saying that that's not the case because there's a bunch of different people for a bunch of different reasons who have to set out different games. But for you to just straight up say like, "Oh, I don't want to go to Milwaukee because reasons," get out of here. You're lucky if you actually get re-signed to another contract. Because if your attitude keeps up the same way it is, and I don't want to sound like, oh, I always knew this back in hindsight, but even when he was here in Chicago, I never could get behind Jimmy Butler. He always rubbed me the wrong way, and I could not tell you why. It was just a vibe. And over these past decade plus, it shows, okay, this is why I couldn't get behind him. He's arrogant, he's a brat, and he's a diva. And if this keeps up, I don't think this is going to be the last time he ends up getting suspended from the NBA this season, especially if he doesn't get traded, which, spoiler warning, I don't see it happen.
Podcast highlight title: King hates Jimmy Butler and all.
He hates him. hit him with the fucking arrows and shit. Like, I hate this man with every fiber of my being. Bum ass, broke ass, childish ass, immature ass, no skill having ass. Did I mention broke ass?
Yeah, I know Jimmy's not listening to this, but if by some weird stroke of luck, this happens to end up somewhere in front of you, first of all, hello, please give us a shout out. Secondly, dude, get it together. You need to get it together because you're a good player. You already have the talent. Just get the attitude together. You can be arrogant, ball out, but still, the NBA, this is a job. Do your job, dog. Because if not, I can see you a couple of Indeed applications because I can see you getting back here again. Anywho, moving on before I get even more heated.
LOL. Turning up the heat.
So this is just news. I'm gonna have to just point it out because it is news that is coming up. Due to recent, I'm gonna try to please right down the middle with this. Due to recent election results. Trump has been elected president. I'm pretty sure you know that. If you don't, surprise.
Yeah.
But so he has actually put out a thing saying that he wants to prevent transgender athletes from participating in women's sports. So again, there's not really too much that we can really discuss in this because it is such a gray area. But basically, like what it comes down to this, do your own research. Only thing I can say, and I'm pretty sure I speak for all my cohorts here, is that we always say, like anybody who likes to play sports, have fun, be athletic, be movable, be an icon within your own, be an icon in sports. I love it all. I don't care what gender you are, what sex you are, what your mentality is, what your sexuality is. If you love a sport, be good at the sport, and I'm always going to be back behind to see a great athlete be a great athlete. Yep. When it comes down to this, again, trans athletes in sports, it is such a great, and honestly, it's such a new subject That's not really too much that you can do. No, absolutely, trans rights are still human rights. That's absolute. No question about that. That's just not even a bet on that. Like I said, the only thing when it comes down to this is there's a lot of research that goes into it. It is still brand new. I feel like there is still going to be a way for us to go about getting this, where we can have trans athletes still participate in sports one way or the other. I just want to bring this out here because this is something that is currently coming out, and I got a feeling that there's more that's going to be coming out with it going down the road. But just know that there is currently a movement to try to prevent trans athletes from participating in sports. They say women's sports, but this is going to be sports in general, from every level, from high school to college to professional. So just do your own research, be mindful.
Yeah, agreed. Again, with Al, with this being such a new development in like the edited sports industry, it's like, are they here for the love of the game? Yes, let them play. Basically. Like they are, like everybody. All athletes are one and the same on the court, on the pitch, on wherever you are. You're part of the team. You're here to make things happen. You're here to grow together, learn together, and do great things. So shit like this just makes me really angry, and I'm pretty confident that everybody in the community and people that we associate ourselves with will agree with us here that this is some grade A fuckery. We kind of all really did see this coming because this is something that's been such a hot topic, even during the
back 20 years, bro.
Yeah. 40 years. Like this is such a hot button where like well before the election, I forgot her. I don't know her name off the top of my head, but that one Algerian boxer who won the Olympics for her country, so much ass. I'm still happy for her. Everybody's like, oh, they're actually a man. They're transgender. I'm like, you know that shit is illegal in their country that they are from, and genetically speaking, they are still this. But y'all just want to be dumb as fuck. So again, I'm hoping that at best, even in minor leagues or smaller divisions, that trans athletes do get a chance to play the game that they love, regardless of what they identify as, because they're all trying to push the rhetoric of like, oh, they're the men are becoming women to get the advantage and get more medals and shit. I'm like, no, that's not how any of this works. If it was, you could just have one unisex division of basketball or hockey or soccer or whatever the fuck. If you that anal about it. That being said, fuck this Cheeto dust. It smells like hot ass from here.
Yeah, but like I said, so that's what we're saying, that this is such a great area, because obviously with the community, we are very much trans. We're very much trans rights. We love our trans community. We love everybody who's part of the trans community. That's why we're saying it's such a great area because of the fact that, again, we love trans. We love our trans members. We love them be able to participate in sports and anything that they want to participate in. Quite honestly, especially here in society. But we also understand that there is a base physiological difference in terms of transgender athletes that, again, requires much more research into it. This is still very, very new. Mm-hmm. Even if you want to say, oh, well, it's been a number of years, in the grand scheme of it, it has been barely a decade that is really kind of taking the forefront of the light. So this is still new, and unfortunately, it's still going to take some more time. I don't think this is definitely not the end of this conversation.
Oh, goodness, no.
But I am curious to see where it goes from here because, again, when it comes down to it, the world of sports is ever growing, and I love to see what we're going to be going on there from there.
The world of sports is ever growing, and we want it to keep growing, but we don't need people like this motherfucker setting us back.
Exactly.
Agreed.
Exactly. If you're in it for the love of the game, welcome to the field because we would love to see you play and see what you can do.
Mm-hmm. Well said.
Yeah. Here. Now, speaking of love of the field, let me actually go ahead and take it over to the NFL. Back with the NFL playoffs. So we have officially reached the NFC and AFC championship round, where we have the Washington Commanders going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. I still can't believe the Washington Commanders are in the NFC playoffs. That is Still
Oh,
baffling.
The Lions shat themselves on the 15-yard line, and the
Ooh,
game was over.
That they definitely did.
Oh.
And the Kansas City Chiefs were going up against the Buffalo Bills for the AFC Championship.
Please knock the
Now,
Chiefs out. Holy shit.
I would love to see. Now, this is where it gets interesting because I feel like if everybody in the AFC, especially in the AFC playoffs, the Bills have the best chance of knocking out the Chiefs. But again, we will see where it ends up going because again, let's not forget, like I mentioned before, every week going up and leading out from the playoffs. If these teams are in the playoffs, they are here for a reason. I had to pay that the Lions are going to go to the Super Bowl, and look at that. They are knocked out by the underdogs, the Cinderella team, I can honestly say, being the Washington Commanders. Now, in terms of where these ended up going, so there was a couple of different highlights. We're going to start off over in Washington, where there was actually a pick six that ended up happening with that game. Honestly, Washington just came to ball out. Very, very much just honestly, just dogs in this.
Crazy.
Pretty much just dogs here in this last game, going up against. Whoa, I had it up here. Where did it go? Good
Ooh.
Lord, good Lord Almighty.
Good Lord Almighty.
Here we are. Okay, yeah. So basically, they have so basically end up going up against the Detroit Lions, where they actually end up beating them out 45-31. Pretty good game, honestly. It was a case where the Lions, I feel like the injuries finally did catch up to them. You can only go so far, so long before finally kind of running out of steam, and that's what's actually ended up happening there. Following up on that is Philadelphia going up against the Rams, where they did end up beating out the Rams 28-22. Honestly, the game was a lot closer than I feel like it should have been. Anything for that game could have ended up happening, but a big thing that did end up happening in that game is Saquon Barkley going nuts. He could not be stopped, and that's actually a really funny thing that ended up happening where one of the players on the LA Rams actually ended up making a comment that actually ended up making a number of actually made a number of Philadelphia fans angry, but it also really much got under what's his name? Saquon Barkley's skin. So that's actually a play where Saquon Barkley ended up running over to the end zone. And after he ended up doing so, there was a point where he slowed down. If you actually get the highlights, if you're watching visually, we have a highlight of this, where Barkley actually ended up slowing down to turn around and look at Jared Verse. Because Jared Verse ended up saying, and I quote, "I hate Eagles fans." He basically said that he hates them, he hates their colors, he hates that city, he hates Philadelphia. And when Barkley when Barkley was actually running down the field and he saw him behind him, he was like, "Oh, okay." He purposely slowed down so he can get a good look at the back of his jersey, so he can see, just so you know who dusted you. As I'm running into the end zone, and it was a funny moment to not only lose. You lost in the snow because LA is not used to playing in the snow. You lost in the snow, and further on top of that, you got dusted by the person who basically took that personally and decided he was going to show you who's beating you, and you could not stop him. Saquon Barkley, he cannot be slowed down, and I'm pretty sure all season, especially this postseason, New York fans have been sick. He used to play for the New York Giants. The New York Giants, they are sick right now because he used to play for them. He wanted them to sign him back for a good amount of money. They like, nah, he's not worth it. Okay, let me show you how much not worth it I am. And he balled out this game. Matthew Stafford couldn't really do much against them. Philadelphia basically just said, like, we're just here to have fun, and have fun they did. So power to them on that one. Next up, going over to this, going up next is I can't even really call this a sense of the Bills winning as much as I would like to call this the Ravens choking. So the Ravens, history proves that currently, if your team wears purple, when you go to the playoffs, you tend to be a choke team. That bodes well with both Minnesota and the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens actually end up getting knocked out by the Buffalo Bills They actually got knocked out by themselves. So their tight end actually ended up going for a pass and fumbled a wide open 2-point conversion that would have tied up the
Oh
game.
no.
So because
That's
of
a
the 2-point
choke.
conversion that got dropped, they went for the onside kick, could not recover the onside kick. And end up losing out the game to Buffalo 25-27 in Buffalo's hometown. So this is exactly what ends up happening with the Baltimore Ravens every season. They start off strong, they end up tripping up a bit, then they start bouncing back and they end up having the ups and downs. And when they get to the postseason, they have their ups and they have their down. But you can't afford to have a down in the postseason because when you go down, that's just it. And down they went. So Ravens knocked themselves out.
LOL.
That's just funny. And that's almost poetic to tell you the full truth. And then next up is the Kansas City Chiefs, where they actually end up taking on and taking down the Houston Texans. But the biggest thing that actually comes off for that game is not only at the Kansas City Chiefs being the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, that I don't know what kind of creative character somebody had when they
not the creative character.
So he was in the process of getting sacked. He went down and threw a pass to Travis Kelce. He threw a touchdown pass while falling flat on his face. That's just not fair. I mean, seriously, that's just not fair. You can't do that.
Travis is looking down like, what? What do you want?
It's like, he is the only person I've known to be horizontal. He has, if I'm not mistaken, Patrick Mahomes has thrown the most horizontal touchdowns. And the emphasis being like horizontal, being as in he was laying sideways. He was not on his feet. He was actively going down or about to be down and threw a decent pass for a touchdown. That's just not fair. What do you do against that? So
can't do shit, man.
Yeah, no. So Kansas City ended up riding over to a very easy win over the Houston Texans, 23-14. So they're going over to the AFC Championship, playing against the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills is the best team to have a chance to take them down. But if they put any more shenanigans like they just did against the Houston Texans, I don't know what they're gonna do. There was a couple of flags in this game, but I mean, honestly, I don't think that was the make or break for this team. I think it was just a back and forth. Well, not even a back and forth. This was just a hard nosed match for the Kansas City Chiefs. But this is just some clown shoes behavior that Patrick Mahomes pulled out.
Fucking clownery.
So power to them. We'll end up seeing where this goes for the AFC and the NFC. My predictions have been wrong twice, but you know what? Why not go for 3? I got a feeling that this is going to be a case where if the Washington Commanders keep playing the way they're playing and the Philadelphia Eagles keep playing the way they're playing, I got a feeling that the Washington Commanders are going to end up taking out the Eagles. And I think, again, if the clown shoes behavior for the Chiefs keep happening, she's going to be Buffalo. Buffalo has the best bet, but again, it's still an uphill battle. So it looks like this might end up being Washington versus Kansas City for the Super Bowl. And it will be basically like rookie versus, even though Daniel's not a rookie, it'll be like basically rookie versus vet in terms of this. So we'll see where this goes. Thank you for hearing me up this week for the King's Court, and that has been this week in sports news.
Hell yeah, brother.
That was a heated exchange, but I love it.
Very nice segment there, King, as per usual. Love hearing you talk sports. Love hearing you be in your element.
Yes, sir.
And let's see. So we're going to take a quick 5 here. Going to get up, stretch, get some water, hydrate, take a quick piss, grab a little snacky poo, and we'll be right back. And we will continue with the rest of the show. So, BRB.
Yeet. I need to eat. I'm starving.
music. Turning off this. Minimizing this. And then maximizing this. All right. Hello, Internet. We are back. Welcome back to the ConMentary Podcast, the Geeky Nerdy Show for Geeky Nerdy people. We're on our second half of the show. And usually that would mean we're going to go into the place.
Yes, for a second, because they're actually...
Is some what the fuck?
Here we go. Got it.
The Emperor.
Fixed it. Haha. Wrong button. Fuck you. News. Nothing really noteworthy out of the cave for this week. But if you head over to my YouTube channel, AG Back Tech, you will be able to find that I have putting out more videos, and I have my whole CES collection going live as of tomorrow. I started with this morning on the fucking creative attacks on the SanDisk hard drives, the one that David threw at me in Discord. I had to make a whole video talking about it. And then I think I have the HDMI one going up as well. But starting first thing tomorrow morning at around 9 a.m. Central Time will be a consistent rollout of all my reactions from from CES. I actually probably might do a reaction from PAX as well if there's anything good, because unfortunately I might not be able to attend. We shall see. It's still kind of up in the air. But I have a bunch of really cool shit from CES that I like to talk about that I did on stream. I did a pre-show of our guest stream with Contaraz, me talking about CES stuff. So if you tune into that, thanks so much for tuning in. If not, guess what? I still got you in post because I have about almost a dozen videos just going over some stuff I covered in the CES reveals. A lot of it is a little bit, like a lot of it's already come out, but I want to give my take on it. So yeah, definitely give it a shout. Go check it out. It's going to be over on YouTube, AG Back Tech. Just give me a follow or subscribe, because I will have more videos coming out tomorrow. So be posted. 9 a.m. is the next video, and then it's going to roll out consistently throughout the day. By around this time tonight, by this time tomorrow night, all of the videos will be live and ready to go, and they're all in one big playlist too. So I have the SanDisk one, and I have one talking about HDMI 2.2. Those are just two separate videos, nothing really to do with CES specifically. Yep, 2.2.
So, educate me. As a person who knows, who doesn't know HDMI from a component cable.
Wow.
By the way,
yeah, you do. Quit lying.
What is HDMI 2.2?
So HDMI 2.2, basically, HDMI got faster. That's really the easiest way to explain it. HDMI has a higher bandwidth, got faster and better. Where we're doing HDMI 2.1. Let's say, okay, perfect example. I know you have a PS5. If you had a TV or a monitor that does HDMI 2.1, you can get up to about 120 frames per second off of your games, so long as the game supports it. Through HDMI. Before, you had to use DisplayPort or DVI to get anything higher than 60. Now, you can hit that because it's basically a bigger highway of data available, so you can get more and more information to and from your system and the TV. HDMI 2 cranks it up even higher because we're getting, I think, 8K, 120 hertz. So, like, the new super high-end standard. Here we go. Here we go. So 2.2 is going to be 4K up to 480 hertz, 8K up to 240 hertz, 10K up to 120 hertz. Right now, we're at 4K 120, which is 2.1. So we're basically quadrupling that with HDMI 2.2. And I believe they're called, and they changed the name of the cable, by the way. So it's called a Ultra 96 cable because the data throughput is 96 gigabits per second, which is roughly double what HDMI 2.1 does. And
so it's no longer called HDMI. It's technically called Ultra.
No, it's still called HDMI. It still does the same thing as your regular HDMI cables would do. I'll drop you a link in the chat here. It still functions the exact same as traditional HDMI, except they always change the monikers of how this shit works for these cables. So that way it's easy to differentiate. So let's say, I don't know, let's say in like a year, right? you get your hands on a new LG OLED 8K television, and you want to maximize that performance, you would ideally get a PS5 or at worst a PS5 Pro. If you want to game on it to get the full throughput, and even then, that can only sort of support 120 hertz. Realistically, that's going to be big on, like, again, the higher end display systems that can support it, receivers, Blu-ray players, and, like, even honestly, maybe even highest end like projectors and the super high spec stuff. While we may not be able to reach those thresholds yet, it is going to pave the way to make things a lot sharper and a lot faster to work with. But to be honest, it's not worth your time. Like, HDMI 2.1 is still very recent. I'm so mad I forgot the model of my TV. But the TV that I got it for like $600-$700, like my 55-inch, that can do 4K 120 on my Xbox, my PS5. No problem. Even my PC, if I were to do HDMI 2.1 off of my graphics card into my TV. It does what I want it to do. So, in short, this is something that while it's like having 2,000 megabits per second internet, 2 gig internet speed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure, it's nice to have, but you're not going to use anything that's going to take advantage of it fully, unless like you're running a data center. And even then, you're going to need 5 times more than that to really put a lot of work through. So, that being said, Ultra 96 is the new high-end cable now. So be ready to start seeing that on store shelves relatively soon. High-end TVs are going to start having it. But in the meanwhile, like I always tell people, now's the time to start buying previous year's models, because March Madness is the end of the quarter. That's like my guiding point. March Madness is the end of Q1, meaning they're trying to get the old shit out the door to make room for the new shit. So if you want to get a good premium TV, and make sure you remember this. If you want a good deal on the premium TV, Black Friday is not always the best time. Back to school time is usually pretty solid. Cyber Monday is pretty good. Christmas sometimes is pretty solid. But definitely if you want a good TV, good. I'm not saying doorbuster, $200, 70-inch Insignia. I'm saying good TV that'll last you 5 to 6 years. March Madness, CES time, and Q1 is the time to really start looking. So if you want to get 2023's OLED model, do it. 2024's OLED, if you got the money, do it. Because 2025's OLED is going to be comparably priced, maybe quite a bit more because it's newer. But definitely save yourself the money and start shopping for that shit now. Because also, guess what? Tax return season is coming up soon. So that's really a good time to get it too. Because retailers want your money. So that's the time to really cash in on it. No pun intended. But yeah, that's all you really need to know. Basically, Alante, good, better, good, but nothing right now can use it. Not yet.
Not you.
Yep, that's really all there is to it. But yeah, other than that little dive into the cave, that's really it. Go to my YouTube channel, AGBack Tech, also showing my SoundCloud. Yeet. But you know what? For old time's sake, I just gotta hit you with the get the fuck out. We got some news to cover. Where the fuck? Got it.
Doors closing.
There we go. And that is the cave segment for the day.
Very brief.
But yeah, really quick, because we really wanted to jump into the breaking news for today, which was which I almost actually forgot about, was the Xbox Developer Show, Xbox Developer Direct that happened today. And it was solid. Me and Alante and Mark reacted to it live. Well, we did like a live reaction to it when it happened at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Brendan hasn't looked at anything about it, or rather, he hasn't looked at the part that he really wanted to see about it.
I haven't seen shit.
He hasn't seen anything. Okay, so we're going to basically be going through the 3 parts. It was only 4 things in here. So we're going to go through the first 3, and then we're going to pretty much watch the 4th part as it happened in the direct, because like we said, Brendan hasn't seen it. So I would like to hear his initial reactions to watching this, which is the Doom to the Dark Ages segment, because it is sick. It actually looks very good. It has me interested. But we already knew there were 3 things in this developer direct going in, which was id Software was going to be there for Doom, Compulsion Games was going to be there for South of Midnight, and whoever the fuck makes Exhibition 33 was going to be there for Exhibition 33. I think something Light Games, whatever. But we didn't know who the 4th people were. Then they opened with the 4th team. Turns out it was Team Ninja. And they brought the next Ninja Gaiden game with them. So Ninja Gaiden 4
really clean.
Ninja Gaiden 4 exists, and it looks fucking great. It looks really good. We have Ryo Hayabusa returning.
It was only a matter of time until we could get another Ninja Gaiden. It's just we didn't know when.
Yeah, just didn't know when. Got Ryo Hayabusa returning, and then we have a new protagonist that is also going to be in this game. Forgot his name already. But looks great. This one is definitely going to be I think he's like a new character. But yeah, like they're going for more like the cyberpunky Ghost Runner-y aesthetic with this one.
I'm liking how it looks. I'm watching the trailer now.
Yeah, so it looks really good. Like the combat is there, like with Ninja Gaiden 2. And
that's all I need. That's all I need. We're fucking back.
Yeah,
because Ninja Gaiden 2 was peak.
We're so fucking back. Yeah. So looks really good. Actually, I'm gonna hit the volume just a little low here. Just a little low.
So this game actually
Platinum.
Yeah, and also they're working with Platinum too. They're working with Platinum on it too.
Oh, that's gonna be gas. That's gonna be sick. I'm sorry, I'm bricked. It's over.
Yeah, so we're getting.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
See, Mark said that y'all would be.
Yeah, because Ninja Gaiden. Like Ninja Gaiden hasn't been good since 2, and then they came in with the Master Collection, which is like, honestly, the port's kind of shitty. It's like a pretty shit port because it's a PC and it's on Game Pass. The PC port's kind of dog shit. I do not recommend it. And I still have Ninja Gaiden 2 on Xbox, I believe. But the fact that honestly, Platinum working in tandem with Team Ninja on a Ninja Gaiden game, match made in heaven.
Oh yeah,
like
definitely.
Dead ass. Honest, and they also need the help too because with Hideki Kamiya being gone and like Bayo 3 not doing well, like and they're kind of falling on hard times and shit was canceled here and there. This game is going to be fucking sick.
Oh yeah, it looks really good from what we can see so far.
It brings back the crackhead, fast-paced Ninja Gaiden 2 with the flair that Platinum likes to bring. I know this game's gonna be fucking hard and it's gonna be fucking fun.
Yeah, and it is confirmed.
Yes, my nigga Ryu Hayabusa.
And it is confirmed coming out fall 2025, so it is coming out this year.
GG. I won't see you guys for another 2 months.
Yeah, we're getting a really good action game this year. This is gonna definitely be up there for a lot of people.
And you know what? You know what this also opens the door. DOA.
Yeah, everyone's saying Dead or Alive. Yeah, and also it's gonna Ninja
Gaiden and DOA share canon. So this would be DOA 7 time to shine.
Interesting.
Especially with that new character, the Hayabusa replacement, the ninja replacement. Yeah, no. There's gonna be a DOA 7.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I could see that happening, especially since we're in that time frame of fighting games. It's been a while. So yeah, it's
we
gonna
got
be
BF coming back and DOA's gonna come back.
Day one Game Pass, Xbox,
Steam,
and PS5. So PlayStation fans don't have to bitch and moan. They're gonna get their game.
I'm so
Day one Game Pass.
Happy.
So that's gonna be cool.
This game's gonna be so fucking good. It's gonna scratch that itch to play a hard ass action game.
Yeah,
because that game is. There's more.
But wait, there's more.
Yes.
Because Ninja Gaiden 4 is coming out, they also were like, "Oh, you didn't play 2? Here's 2 Black on Unreal Engine 5."
Oh fuck!
And
We're
it's
dead.
out right now.
Oh fuck!
It's on Game Pass right now. He said, "Pardon me while I open a tab." Oh, pardon me while I turn on my Xbox.
Excuse me, bitch, while I open this fucking tab.
Yeah, so they
Ninja Gaiden 2.
They
this
basically
is
remastered. Yeah, they remade Ninja Gaiden 2 Black.
I'm installing 81 gigs. Holy shit!
Yeah, on current day hardware, And yeah, this is the one everyone remembers from 2008, my guy. 2008.
This game's gonna be so. You know what? Fuck it. Here we go. I'm installing it right the fuck now. Holy
And it's
shit!
out right now.
Right now. That's a shadow drop.
Yeah, it was a shadow drop. Yeah.
That's because like I know like they were like, yeah, we're gonna here's some news from like one of our other studios, and this is the fourth studio. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that they've been working with Team Ninja because Ninja Gaiden Black and Ninja Gaiden Black specifically was an Xbox exclusive.
But yeah, they dropped Ninja Gaiden Black,
fun.
And it's also available on Steam. But I mean, if you don't have Game Pass, you're gonna have to drop that smooth $50 for it. But it's the fact that it is running on Unreal Engine 5 that is very crazy because everyone was like, "Oh, they're just gonna literally just make it available to play." They up-resed it for current modern.
They remade it. They remade it
from the ground
because
up. Yeah.
it was using. I think it was using Havoc engine way back when.
Yeah.
But regardless, even then, the Ninja Gaiden 2 still looks solid. But the fact that they remade 2, and then Ninja Gaiden Black and Ninja Gaiden Sigma, like those remake games are harder. So it's just like, oh, Ninja Gaiden 2 is already a hard game.
Yeah, dude, I remember struggling with Ninja Gaiden 2 when I was a kid.
Tough. This game is tough. Yeah. Ninja Gaiden 1's harder.
I look forward to checking it out, though. I wonder if I'll do better playing it now than I was back then. But yeah,
it looks so good in the new engine. Like I'm so happy they brought back our fucking boy. Now they're going to give us Ninja Gaiden 1 Black, or unless it's 1 and 2. I did see a boss from 1 in there. So I'm willing to bet that this is 1 and 2. And if it is, G fucking G. If not, G fucking G, because it's Ninja fucking Gaiden.
Yeah. So first big announcement: Team Ninja Platinum.
I'm excited as fuck.
Ninja Gaiden 4, and we also got
I would not
Ninja Gaiden 2 Black shadow dropped on Game Pass day 1. So that's awesome.
Right now.
Next thing we got information from Compulsion Games on South of Midnight. This game is fucking sick. Honestly, they've been putting their whole ass in this game. Like, it already looked great from the preview or from the teaser that we got about, like, I think 2 years ago at this point, where it looked good already. The aesthetic and everything already drew me in. But, yeah, now seeing actual gameplay, seeing more of the engine, they have been doing their research. They have been talking to whoever, because they're a dev studio in Montreal, Canada, but they're making a game that's based on the deep south, like Louisiana, like freaking Nolans, like Bayou Bay, South America. And it's good. Like, the voice acting is on point. They got everything with like the lore and the culture of the South in here. Like, I'm really excited to play this one, and it drops in April, on April 8th. So it's coming very soon. But just the aesthetic of everything is so good. Like, there's some characters that are there are certain instances where like characters move a little framey, but like on the Spider-Verse type thing. So it's an aesthetic choice.
I think you can turn it off.
But dude, yeah, I can't wait. The combat looks clean. Like the music, I already know this soundtrack is gonna be like probably one of my favorites of this year. Like,
yeah, they're so confident in the soundtrack. They're selling pre-orders of the soundtrack only.
Yeah, and I honestly like. I would love to have this game physical. Like, this is a game where I'm like, dude, you all need to drop this physically because I would love to add this to my collection. Just off vibes alone, dude. So this is probably gonna be in my top of the year. I feel like it, just off story and aesthetic alone. But hopefully the gameplay does hold up as well. It looks like it does, at least from what I'm seeing. But just, it looks like this is gonna be a great story.
Oh yeah. But again, Southern folklore and like North American cryptids and shit, interesting. But like I mentioned earlier, expand more on local folklore because there's some cool shit you can do. The Witcher, for example, all Polish folklore, at least majority Polish folklore. The other game we talked about earlier, Japanese folklore.
Yeah.
This American
We've been getting
folklore.
so much Japanese folklore. So
It's we'll
definitely
always
give
get
us some
Japanese
shit from
folklore.
the
It's
south.
kinda,
Yeah.
yeah, give us some shit from the south. Give us
Give
some
us
shit
that
from fucking
weird shit
give
from
us
the south. That weird ass voodoo witchy shit from the south.
let me throw hands with Mothman or the Jersey Devil. Like I'm curious.
But the thing is, I really.
Mothman owes me rent money, and I gotta beat his ass.
But the thing is, I don't know.
Give me the Hat Man, the Benadryl Hat Man, bro.
See, here's the thing when I'm looking at this, but like I don't know, like because one thing Mark also ended up saying, unfortunately he's not here because I would love to hear him talk more about this again. But he was saying like actually this is like a really deep cut, even like down to like the weapons and stuff that she uses is something that actually is straight up from I know there's a difference between hoodoo and voodoo, so I'm gonna say it's from one of the two. I don't want to say
Of course
which one it is to get it wrong. But he did say like there was actually like reference to that. We saw Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, Harriet Tubman's walking around. The ghost of Harriet's walking around, bro. Leading them slaves, bro. And I'm just like,
this
oh
is the game.
shit.
This is the game for the niggas.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, like this is honestly like Hazel's hair. Like, I love her design, her outfit when she gets her like.
Oh, design's great.
When she gets her Weaver outfit, where she's wearing like that white like dress that looks so sick, and also her hair, like definitely gonna be a great game for the representation.
That's gonna be some sick ass cosplay as well.
Oh yeah, really great cosplay. So
all I'm gonna say is like after funny enough, speaking of compulsion games, talk with Gina about this a lot because she got me to play.
We Happy Few?
One of the other games, yes.
Forgot they made that.
Didn't. Yeah, and she was not happy with how they handled it because, and I can see why because the We Happy Few, they did a great job with the. No, it's not. The map is randomized every time you boot the game from fresh start. Past that point, it's just a open world. It's an open world narrative action game where like it got the vibes well of like 1960s, 1970s era London, but like more so on the post-apocalyptic side. The problem is that according to Gina, which I haven't got to that point yet, but I can feel it. You play as I think 3 different characters. Like the first character you play as, it's so front loaded that the survival horror. I forgot it was. I forgot it's survival horror. It's so front loaded, the soup gets real thin once you get to the other characters. So it's just like I'm hoping that this game doesn't get mega front loaded and like hits you with everything in the first like 4 hours, and in the last like 5 or 6 are like okay, it's kind of like I hope it stays consistent.
Seems like since South of Midnight's gonna be like a consistent, somewhat linear story. Probably with like some exploration in the different areas you go to, but it's gonna be pretty much just like go to this area, kill these things, or rather unravel or unweave these things. Kill these like specific bosses and things like that. I think that'll be pretty much what this is. I don't think it's gonna be like. I think it'll be a very easy story to follow. So I think that's gonna be a benefit to it as well. So.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see how the story goes again because, like I said, this Southern folklore and all that shit. This is really interesting, and at the very least, I would love to see this as a movie, like a Coraline style stop motion on 2s as movie.
The hypercut of like all the cutscenes where it's just like South of Midnight movie where someone just takes all the cutscenes, puts them together.
That'd be a good movie.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That is cinema. Let's see. Oh, I think you're gonna dig this. So this game already looked cool, but getting a closer look at Clair Obscure Expedition 33, this game actually now has my attention because I saw it was like an RPG.
UI of the year.
I didn't really care too much about it initially, but after seeing them break down the systems and a little bit more of the plot, and then also seeing more of the world that they're building here, this game looks fucking crazy. The combat isn't just regular like select the move, it does the move, and then all that type of stuff like regular turn-based stuff. It seems like there is active action commands and things you have to do while you're mid-fight. Like you're damn near like when you do your moves, it also kind of does like quick timey. So it's like you have to be paying attention while you're doing your fights. You can also parry and dodge. And also,
It's more of a real-time battle system.
Yeah, it's like you can parry and dodge and jump and stuff while you're fighting too. So it's like it's very interactive. I really like that. Like definitely, if you want to have my interest in an RPG, you have to have a very engaging battle system. So it looks like this does have that. And then also, it's not just humans. There's also like these other characters that are um, they're very like whimsical, almost like fairy or like some type of otherworldly characters too. So there's like a mix of warped reality plus these like very interesting characters that they're also dealing with. Like the mount that you have through the open world is just this big giant hulking looking like freaking beanbag chair looking motherfucker, and he is
LOL.
just and you just hop on his back, I guess, and then he will just be your boat, plane, and mount while you're going through all the different like locations in the overworld. There's an overworld map too, kind of like the old school RPGs where your character's small but then like the big open world map type thing.
Interesting.
And it's like the concept of the lore too, where it's like every year there's this thing where it's like it ticks down a number, and then everyone that's older than that number or that number and older dies. So they're currently on 33. So no one in this game is older than 33. Very interesting, very cool. And also this also drops on April 24th, literally 2 weeks after South of Midnight. So this could be one of those freaking.
I was expecting fall. This is like what,
dude. It comes out in April.
Q2.
So this could be up for our award for games that like snub themselves type of thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, this does look like a great RPG. So
and it's Xbox exclusive, yeah.
Yeah, it is currently. I think it's
Xbox and Game Pass exclusive.
Yeah, Xbox and Game Pass exclusive currently. But it looks like it's gonna be a game to definitely keep an eye out for sure.
It's gonna honestly with what we got going on here, it might actually give Metaphor a run for its money.
Yeah,
that's the hardest RPG right now because like looking at because like we saw the trailer, we had info from Metaphor, and we saw like I think trailers or shit from Metaphor, and then we had this, and I'm like, like RPGs are coming back in a big way, and with this, like this is a more modern take on traditional turn-based RPGs. So I'm really curious to see how the gameplay elements flow.
But yeah, this developer's direct definitely did a great job of explaining and building the hype for this game. So it's now on my games to play list. It's going to be on my play later for when it comes out on Xbox. I'm definitely going to pick it up and try to work it into my schedule. It's going to have to obviously wait until after.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's going to have to wait until after South of Midnight, obviously. But yeah, this looks like this will be an RPG I check out this year for sure, since it's going to be on Game Pass. So that's cool.
I'm looking forward to it.
Hell yeah. And then, of course, the last thing here is the game that you were waiting for, which is id Software to talk about Doom: The Dark Ages. I'm going to turn up the volume here on the video on stream, and then we're just going to let it play, and then we're going to let Brendan react to this however he wants to. Because they put their foot in this. They put their foot in this shit.
He's pulling his cock out!
When they talk about the comparisons with the gameplay styles, game to game, man, they did a good job with this.
Hello, and welcome to
I'm really curious doing the music on this time
Software, where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever. And the most important values at the core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on its tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
So now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom: The Dark Ages.
That was so stupid, I mouthed the words.
I'm so fucking excited. Yeah, man, this might be the game of the year, bro. I don't know. It's looking real tough.
In Doom: The Dark Ages, you will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell. Set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and that's given us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this experience. So if you're new to the franchise,
that's right. I forgot that's how the
then Doom:
timeline
The
is.
Dark Ages
I forgot
will be
it was
the
a
perfect
prequel.
entry point.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be so good.
And if you're a longtime fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat. In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank.
Okay, let's go.
Strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal.
That shield
And
is
a
so
balance
badass.
between enemy projectiles
good.
and player movement speed that makes
Fucking
straight
parries?
aim viable again. Just like in the classic Doom games. But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation
Ooh,
is
that
the
is gonna
goal,
feel
always.
great.
And so for Doom: The Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw. Block,
That the maps look bigger.
throw, parry, deflect. All from one input.
But go!
It's contextual. Tons of depth on a single button press. You know, we
Like,
want every Doom
one
to stand on
input?
its own
Ooh, that's gonna
as a
be
unique
sick.
experience. So in 2016,
It's like they
we asked you to
simplified the
run and gun.
controls.
In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot.
Yeah.
And in Doom: The Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight.
Yeah, Doom Eternal, you were a jet.
They said, why is this game so violent?
And the
I'm glad
Shield
you're a
Saw will
fucking
give you the strength
unkillable
to go
tank.
head-to-head
It's gonna be
with some
so
of the
good.
biggest, baddest demons we've ever created it in.
And honestly, adding the shield
But that's not
does
all.
it for me.
Because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have
Oh,
something
yeah.
to follow up that.
Like it
opening
looks like
parry
it
with.
just like the
How about an
that
iron
that
flail?
feedback of that shockwave you
It's
get
gonna
when you
be
block
so
stuff.
good.
Gauntlet.
It's so
Or
beefy.
even
It's like.
Doom Spike Mace. That's right, we have 3 melee options that are part of a melee system. All on one input, complete with combos and upgrades. And it's
Ooh.
totally awesome.
That's gonna be
And you
so
can
fun.
finish off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From any angle, in and out, as you see fit. And it feels amazing. You'll
Oh.
feel unstoppable, smashing your way
So they
through
changed the
board
glory kill
with
system.
total freedom. And that seems like a ton, but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked about yet. The trigger. That's right, we
Yup.
saved the best for last. Doom has
Move out of my
always will be
fucking
all
way.
about the guns.
You're not going
And
to
Dark
stop
Ages
me.
has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever
Stop me
created.
now.
Mean.
Like a
Ancient,
dual plasma gun.
brutal torture machines. Built to
That shotgun
butcher,
sounds so good.
impale, and shred the minions of hell with. Only in Doom. That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield.
I mean, honestly, that's how you gotta
So
make
let's
this
take a
game. You
look
gotta
at
make
some
it like, hey, look,
extended gameplay
power
footage
trip.
and see how these medieval mechanics synergize
Just
with
like
the
you're gonna
enemies
feel like
and
a
the
kid in a candy
environments
store.
to form the
Yep.
new combat loop
A
for
murderous
Doom: The
Buying
Dark
the I'm
Violent
buying the
candy
collector's
store.
edition. I'm buying the collector's edition when it comes out. It's just that they made it so
This gameplay
simple but
looks-
so
yeah.
satisfying.
It's the feedback of that shit.
Yes, it's that good.
Captain America's
heat.
shield, bro. The shield throw.
No, not
Every
America.
every hit is a.
America with a gun.
That fucking shield is gonna be so cool to fuck with. Out of my way, Cap.
But you can teleport to the shield too.
Yep. That's like
Under the hood, for
this
the
game
first time
plays
in a
smoother
game,
because
We've
Doom
made our
Eternal is
combat
snappy.
more approachable and flexible than ever
Like, it's like
before,
firing
with
on
a
all
new
cylinders
difficulty
every
system
second.
and sliders that will allow players to
So,
tune the
Doom Eternal
speed
is kinda
and
hard to
challenge
approach.
of the game to whatever
Ooh.
fits them best.
You could
You
pair.
slow things
Oh
down,
shit!
The accessibility is crazy.
It's
crazy.
for all slayers.
And the gameplay doesn't end with just the Slayer.
I'm speeding up the gameplay though. You're not stopping me.
You've been waiting for
200% whole
Yes.
time.
and pilot your very own
Yeah, but why the game's so
30-story
slow?
Atlas. which is a mech.
Put
It's
it
the
in my
size of a
vein.
Building. It's powerful, and you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death
Yes,
with your
the
golden
mech.
fists.
This
And
is
if that wasn't enough,
so
we
fucking
also offer
hype.
you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon.
They literally just amped
Neither of these
the
are
hype.
Dragons.
features either.
Amped the hype
It made-
to
it
11.
took-
Suite of abilities
It
and
took
even
Doom
new
Eternal
boss.
from 11 to
The
20.
spectacle is epic. The Power Fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in, and the combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of
Yeah,
fun.
this is gonna be a good
So-
ass video game.
Good.
It's gonna be a good ass
As
video
cool
game.
as all that is, we know that fans of single
I should have brought my helmet.
expect more than just great combat
Should've brought my
to
fucking
pull them
helmet.
through the
This
experience.
is gonna be a very
So we're
good
excited
video.
to share
Like
with
the,
you not just the
between
gunplay,
this and
but the
Ninja Gaiden,
world
like the.
of Doom the
I mean,
Dark
honestly, this is probably gonna get best. This is gonna get best action
Your
game of the year.
hero's journey will
You're
take
better.
you to
I
the
will
far
fight
reaches
somebody.
Get
of the
best
Doom
action
Dark,
game.
mysterious
This and this
worlds
should also
from
be up for
Slayer's
game of the
past,
year, to be honest. Like this
dark
looks crazy.
forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond.
Because I know about the lore on
And
this
through
game a little
exploration,
bit.
you'll
I'm
be
like paying attention
unlocking
to
new
the other
abilities
games.
and
So I'm
godlike
curious to see how this
every
goes.
step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut, leap,
Yeah, of course, ability collection.
and smash your way through environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be
The
discovered
fact that you just like
or destroyed.
basically teleport to your shit is
Now let's
insane.
take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom.
Yeah, it's a
Dark
lot more.
Ages.
Exploration is a lot more
In this
open. Like
level,
Doom 2016 was
beat
really,
enemy at
really
the
linear.
gates and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the medieval battlefield outside the castle walls, seeking out
And like I
targets
said, like
and
this is a
enemy
great
formations along the
entry
way
point
to
for
engage
people
with
that have never
as you
played
see
the Dooms
fit.
before, and honestly, it
Any
does look
gun
like
you
it's
choose.
probably
It
gonna
is.
be like the best entry to play this game for me.
Yep.
Like I,
Because it only gets
I
better.
definitely want to play
Space
this one.
ever in a Doom game, discovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines in search of vital resources. You control the pace of the game. Where you go,
Yep.
who you fight,
You're heavily rewarded for it.
and the objectives you pursue. It's a Doom sandbox full of war and riches.
No, this is
Once
an
you've
Xbox.
broken the enemy
Now
assault,
this
back
is
to the
an
main gates,
Xbox.
because the battle isn't over yet. And the soundtrack to your epic adventures will be composed
It's
by the
so fucking
award-winning
on.
team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete. And speaking of that legend, the story of Doom the Dark Ages, like everything else in the game, is big.
What do they work
It's a
on?
summer blockbuster
Yo,
event
hold
with
on.
everything on the line,
That's
and
a
you are the
pedigree.
star of the show. Your power is
composer.
Halo
coveted
2
by
anniversary.
enemies and
Yeah.
withheld from your allies.
Borderlands.
Slayer imprisoned at the start
Halo
of our
1.
story,
Crackdown.
the balance of
Yeah, that
power
guy's
between
been
good and
definitely
evil
good.
is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new
Could be a good
story
soundtrack.
and the perfect entry point for new players.
I was
It's
expecting
easy to access
Andrew
now
Hulsholt,
as we
who they
take
worked on the
narrative
DLC,
out of
but
the
you know what?
credits
It's still
and
good.
into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and
I do like that
powerful
this
new
one has a
villains.
lot more of a
And for
story.
returning players,
They've all
it
had
makes
story,
but
the
this is
Doom
way more
2016
story.
Yeah, like Mark
Slayer's
mentioned, he
Testament.
likes the.
It's an
I
action
think they said they're
story
gonna
worthy of
probably
the
gonna have a lot
Slayer's
less codexes, if not.
That's
any.
fine.
But yeah, I like the cutscenes. Definitely like the context.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together.
This
And we've
this
done
new
better
design for
with
Doomslayer
every
goes so
game
hard.
we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players
It's
an
like,
experience
he already look cool as
that's
shit.
fun
Give
to
him a
play
fur
as
cape.
it
Now
was
give him
to
a
make,
buzzsaw shield.
and make something
Brick.
that's good enough to become the best game
Why does he
id
need
has ever
a?
made.
Why is the
But
shield a
that
chainsaw?
is for you to
Yes.
decide. When Doom the Dark Ages
Why- yes.
releases,
Why is it? Why is it a minigun that shoots fucking skull fragments? Yes.
May 15th.
That's the part that's also nice.
Mark your calendars. So all of these games come out within like a month of each other.
It's over for you niggas.
Well, except for
You're
Ninja
not
Gaiden,
gonna
but yeah.
see me.
It's like the Xbox really has a stacked spring. Like all of this before June.
Xbox One 2025. I'm calling that right the fuck now.
Yeah, that's a bold statement,
It's
but
like-
I mean, so far it's looking strong.
They're looking really, really good. If they haven't won, they got a strong.
They have a lot of they have a good amount of games.
Q1.
Yeah, they have a strong amount of games in the Game of the Year. Like, I mean, Doom of the Dark Ages is going to be in the GOTY conversation. South of Midnight might get a lot of conversation throughout the whole rest of the year. Expedition 33 is probably going to raise a lot of eyebrows. Ninja Gaiden 4 is going to be talked about around Game of the Year season probably too. So
yeah, no, like Xbox, like they're coming out swinging, and I'm like, okay, good. Like definitely, they're bigger budget with like Activision aside, they're bigger budget studios like id, like with like id, that's gonna be fucking strong. And of course, like we're not gonna get another Wolfenstein for a good minute because Machine Games just worked on Indiana Jones, but that game is solid. So it's just like Xbox has a strong push to get people to come to Game Pass. Yeah. Especially with Doom and Ninja Gaiden. People wanted Ninja Gaiden forever.
Yeah.
Like, people wanted Ninja Gaiden for like over a decade. And we finally got it. Now we have Doom Dark Ages, which wraps up which pretty much gives you the whole story of Doomslayer, beginning to end. Like, no, G. And if they do DLC, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
All I need to know is, are they going to do a collector's edition? If so, I'm buying it.
That's like the thing, right? With all these games coming straight to Game Pass, it's like, how many of these games are going to get physical editions? Because now I'm like,
South of Midnight and Ninja Gaiden need
Expedition 33 is confirmed getting a physical edition for PlayStation 5 so far, at least. South of Midnight needs a physical edition. Doom definitely needs a physical edition. Ninja Gaiden 4 also.
I mean, if Doom doesn't get the physical edition.
Yeah, and I think Ninja Gaiden 4 is going to get physical too because it's also coming to PlayStation, so it's going to get a physical. So, yeah,
I definitely need to get. I still need to get whatchamacallit.
Doom has a collector's edition. Okay, cool.
No, so not Doomed. Oh, it does. Oh, here it is. Found it. $200. You get a statue, red key, like probably a steel red key, steel book. Premium content. I don't really care about it. So okay. So there is campaign DLC, which is expected. Early access. In-game cosmetics, but I'm really here for the statue.
That statue is clean, yeah.
Oh, that's going on the shelf right underneath the helmet. Like, hold on. Fuck.
Yeah, campaign DLC, cool skins, cool box art, cool ass box art. But yeah, that's a dope ass statue. Happy for gamers. Happy for y'all. And what's crazy is Xbox managed to get these games out all before the Switch 2 launches. Because that's probably going to launch in in June. So they're getting all of this out prior to Switch 2 hitting store shelves.
It's that fucking serious. I'm so fucking ready.
For audio listeners, he went and got his Doom Slayer mask.
My Doom Eternal fucking collector's edition helmet. And I got the soundtrack and the steelbook, and I also have Doom Eternal collectors on Switch from Limited Run. It took like 2 years to get. So it's like, nah. This like we got okay. So we have Doom Dark Ages. Like coming up next is Monster Hunter. And then we got Doom Dark Ages.
This is a good year for you.
And then we have Monster Hunter, Doom Dark Ages, Expedition 33, and Ninja Gaiden 4.
February. Something's coming out.
Time to pay in for this fucking collector's edition because I am getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a kill card replica.
So basically, got February, and then since Monster Hunter comes out so late in February, we got basically Monster Hunter all of March, and then April, South of Midnight, and then May is Doom. So yeah, the next like 3 months of gaming is pretty much mapped.
I would expect And here's the thing: it's like this is one of those things where it's like, okay, with games like, of course, with the announcement of the Switch 2, that's gonna be a big deal. And with GTA, like with I know that people are saying, did it get pushed back, confirmed or not?
What, GTA?
Mhm.
Oh, we don't fucking
I mean,
know. I don't fucking know.
Okay, so people are giving a wide berth for GTA. Now, I would personally say Doom would go. It wouldn't go toe to toe with GTA, but it would push
It
numbers.
wouldn't be. It wouldn't. I feel like if you like
It
Doom,
wouldn't be a
you don't
toe to toe
fucking
game,
care.
but
Oh yeah,
yeah,
no,
like,
and as you can tell, I don't give 5 shits. Like, you got me a new Doom, and Doom Eternal was godlike. Like, I played that game hard. I didn't play permadeath. I played very hard mode, blind. My blind first playthrough. Ooh, it was so good. It was so fucking good. I will do it again.
He's hard, y'all.
And actually, you know what? Now that I have a date, now I have a project I want to try to do. Emphasis on try. I want to play through all the Doom games before this comes out,
That's
which
possible.
is not hard.
That's possible.
It's
They're
just
not long
schedule.
games.
Eternal's the longest. Like the first two Dooms, the first two Dooms. If I just beeline it, base game, don't do the deals, don't do the extra episodes because they're all on Game Pass. The first two Dooms are going to be like maybe an hour, 2 hours tops. I could do 1 and 2 on a stream. 3 is going to be a bit longer. I think it's like 7 or 8 hours. Let me see real quick.
Says Doom Eternal is 14 hours ish.
Yeah, Doom Eternal is double digit
Doom
hours.
2016 was about like what, 8 hours?
I'd say so. Let's see this. Okay, so June 2016, 11 hours.
11 hours.
Doom and Doom 2. So Doom 2, and Doom 64 are 5 and 7 hours respectively. Doom 3 is 9.5 hours. If I do the DLC, it's gonna bring the game up to like 13 or 14 hours. Doom 2016, 11 hours. Doom Eternal, 14 hours. So yeah, no, it's going to be a series of games. If I can, I hope to God they have the DLC. If not, I think I gotta find out how to access my copy of Doom Eternal because I'm probably just gonna buy it. I don't know because
once you get your fix on Monhan, definitely you could try to go for the Doom run.
Because TLDR, Bethesda fucked me sideways because they were like, oh hey, we're releasing our launcher. Oh, guess what? We're canceling our launcher. You have to migrate everything over to Steam, and then my shit's locked in because I made I synced my Steam account with Elder Scrolls Online, a game I played only twice, and that's what fucked me. So I'm like, all right, I'll happily buy the game again. The game's been going pretty cheap. I will buy it again, but I'm just pissed the fuck off. So with that being said, I think I'm debating on doing DLC as well because the DLC is super good, but super hard. So I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, this is something I'm really, really looking forward to. My year is set. I kind of don't care for anything else that's coming out unless it's like something like big that I'm really really looking for, like Witcher 4. But past that point, I'm good. These are all the games I want to play. I'm still working on Metaphor. I got Doom. I got Monster Hunter. I got Ninja Gaiden. I got South of Midnight. I got Expedition 33. I'm good. There are no games I want.
You did it, Xbox. You did it.
You did it. You did it.
So, you got even more money. Are you happy now, Xbox?
Yes. Are you happy now, Xbox? I'm going to keep my subscription.
Imagine just being like, I'm going to play Doom, and then just bust out your phone.
I'm going to play Doom on my fucking helmet. I'm going to put a screen in there.
Oh, dear Lord.
You cannot stop me. It's Doom brain rot hours.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, I am really happy. 2025 is really my year for gaming personally, just because of all this shit that's dropping. All this shit are games that I want or had interest in. So that's it. Like, you got me.
And it's only January, so we're definitely got a lot of room to still grow with what else is coming out this year. We already know some other games that are coming out, but yeah, Xbox definitely put their footprint down on
They put their foot up everybody's ass. Say, hey, no, we got Doom. Fuck you. And we got Ninja Gaiden remake.
You have
Fuck
an
you.
Xbox.
You have Doom.
But yeah, with that, I think we can actually everything else was pretty much minuscule talking points, but also for the sake
this
of
was the biggest
time,
one.
yeah, we're gonna end show here and start wrapping for the night. So thank you to everyone who was hanging out with us both on YouTube and on Twitch today for tonight's show. Shout out to Mark for being here and also just getting us through the binge and everything else that he was here for earlier in the show. And then shout out to you, the listener, for hanging out with us all this time and getting through another week with us. So definitely keep it locked on all of our social channels, like how you can find King Two Darks, where he's at.
Yep. You can find me over here on Twitch. I've slowly been getting back into the streamers things.
Yeah.
No pun intended. You can also find me over on TikTok, ? As well as find me over on YouTube, where I'll be having some stuff coming up very soon.
Hell yeah.
But that's enough about me. I'm going to pass over to Mr. McMonkey himself, Mr. CES, Mr. Big Shot, Mr. I got all the money.
Hell yeah, Mr. I got the fucking...
Yeah.
Yep. You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, SoundCloud. Don't forget, Blue Sky and Instagram, all on the same handle of AsiaBack Tech. Like I mentioned earlier, I do have a buttload of CES-related videos coming out within the next 24 hours. So if you subscribe to me on YouTube, you will see those drop. I'll try and make announcements throughout the day as I can, but definitely go ahead, give me a subscription over at AsiaBack Tech on YouTube. Give me a follow on Blue Sky as well as SoundCloud to keep up with my music. Like I mentioned earlier, as my new songs come out, I will be posting snippets of new tracks before I put them out officially. So you get a chance to hear a sneak preview of what's to come. And once it's out, congratulations, you got the early hit. You got the early listen, and the full release will be on SoundCloud later. Maybe in the future, I might try and push it towards Spotify, but we shall see. Speaking of seeing what's going on in the near future, also, give you a heads up, I will be going live tomorrow night at around 8 p.m. for our Journey to the Wilds content, and I have a lot of work to do to get that up and done before or around the time Monster Hunter drops, and I have another video planned to come out within the next couple of weeks, so follow me and stay tuned. Speaking of staying tuned, David, where can everybody keep up with you?
Yeah, you guys can find me over on YouTube. Definitely just pretty much keep it locked here at ConMenRDW to look up anything on our channels on YouTube, Twitch, Blue Sky, TikTok, Instagram, all social platforms, but then my also personal things as well. DaveedRDW, that's DaveedRDW. I have 2 YouTube videos that went up recently on my personal YouTube channel talking about the Switch 2 launch or the Switch 2 first look that we got. So me talking about 12 things that I noticed in there that were really cool. I also have a couple other videos that I want to get up on that specific channel. So definitely going to start posting on there as well. Separate from ConMenRDW, but definitely it's just going to be more content that I want to get separate from the ConMenRDW thing and just do that on over there. But yeah, definitely just keep it locked on all of our social channels. Like I said, you can find all of us by looking up ConMenRDW on Blue Sky and then just hitting that follow button on all of us. Just following all our social channels and keeping up with what we're doing. And yeah, pretty much that is that. So yeah, we're all eating. We're all eating this year in terms of content and things like that. So
we are all eating good. Also, I'll do this before we wrap up. I'm gonna go ahead and show Mark real quick. You can go ahead and find Mark, our favorite shit poster, as well as voice actor, over on his channel at twitch.tv/Mark. All handles the same as well for Blue Sky, YouTube, Blue Sky YouTube, and Instagram, all under Mark Not Mark. So be sure to come in and drop in and say hello. He normally does streams Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays. Wednesdays is kind of a toss-up, and of course it's on the podcast Thursdays. And of course our current playthrough right now on Tuesday is the Telltale series, Tales from the Borderlands. We've been having, this is my first time actually watching playthrough of it because I knew of it, but I've never touched the game. I know Mark has played a little bit of it, so it has been a very good time. So we'd love to have you on board. Social Sundays usually pops off pretty well. We had an amazing session on Marvel Rivals so bad that we had tears in our eyes. We could not physically
Mhm.
see. So that being said, if you want to come around, hang out, have a good time, be sure to hang out with Mark Not Mark over, like I said, on Twitch, YouTube, and Blue Sky primarily. And he is uploading stuff pretty frequently, and we have some more stuff in the pipeline. So yeah, stay tuned.
Oh yeah. And with that, we're gonna talk to y'all on the next episode, on next week. So yeah.